hey there, hi there, ho there. It's me, Bear, the Gen X GM. I gotta monkey with my thing because Max is so low and everybody else is so high. It's like
I can fix that right now.
Please, your audio is really low.
Restream does that. I can fix it.
Okay.
It's an issue with me and
everybody.
Restream for some reason.
Hope you're doing well. Don't know who's watching. It's been a minute. I don't even remember this campaign. Like, that was the best part of this whole thing. I was like, we're playing what? Really? We played that? I was like, whoa, okay. But here we are, 2 months later, finally having a chance to play the game. Malachi, that cat's going to do more role-playing than you. I swear to God. Swear to God.
Real quickly, is my audio better now?
Yeah, much better. We've got The Old Geek has a simulcast set up, which is quite nice. Who else has a simulcast set up?
I think I have 4 of them.
Cody has one set up, so that's nice. I'm going to get that one open. And Legion of Myth has one set up. So there we go. We got 4 simulcasts going. Great stuff. We're back for Codex Albana. Hey, I heard you missed us. We're back. What's up? Everybody good? Everybody great? Everybody feeling frosty? Everybody feeling like they're ready to dive back into the most bizarre game I've ever run in my life?
Yes. Yep.
Oh, and that's why the break was so long. It was a mental health break.
Yes. Yeah. Cody scarred me so much, I needed time to figure it out. Now, who wants to recap the last session or even the campaign thus far, really? Who wants to do the previously on Codex Albana?
I'll get the recap.
All right, go for it.
All right, so last we left off, we came to Ire. We were shipwrecked. Now, this was a session before that, and I'll briefly go over that. So we were on Ire. We fought some beastmen. That's where Lorlin, we got overwhelmed, and that's where Lorlin made his final sacrifice with his eye to save some of his compatriots. And then the High King decided...
Hang on, wait. I'm calling bullshit on that. The fight was long over. The Witch Queen pulled your eye out when you tried to spy on
one
her.
eye out.
And then later, you just up and cut the fucking eye out. Don't try and blame the Beastmen for that move.
Okay, fine. She took one eye. He lost some sanity because of that. And then he used his other eye to, because he was out of magic power, to harness more power to save his friends. And went completely batshit insane. The High King had enough of this shit and wandered off again. I think this is the second time he's done this. Wandered off in the woods. We went to find him. He ended up in a fairy ring. Mm-hmm. And we were being harassed by the fairies and the fairy queen and all that. I believe I made another deal with the fairy queen. I've made a lot of deals with otherworldly entities. And then we encountered the Rangers of Ire. They took us back to their city. And most of the last session was mainly politicking to decide what we were going to do and how we were going, how we were going to go seeking allies and who we should seek first. So right now we have the people of Ire and the people of Drell on our side. And I think we decided after a very long conversation about not only what the standard of the High King would be, but also how we're going to go about reuniting the land. And I think the final plan was to go to Ishmir to the south, I believe. There was a feast. There was a lot of other politicking talk. I mean, that was pretty much the whole last session. We just spent basically an hour and a half just politicking and discussing things. And I believe we're going to set off.
Correct him on that, because there was some other shit that happened last session. Beyond
I've got some things to add when he's done.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's pretty much what I gathered from it. It was a lot of politicking. There was also one final scene at the end that I vividly remember. Because it had to do with me, because I made another deal with the Witch Queen in that we have 3 winners before she's going to, seek her conquest. So we have basically 3 years or whatever to reunite the land before she is going to go through with her final plan. So anybody else want to add anything? Go ahead.
If you don't mind, I mean, I've got a bunch of notes here from Thane's perspective.
Go for it.
So I only did the last episode, but so Lorelin updates Navri on the current situation. Devere steps outside the circle and shouts, "I will not give in to your pagan demands." The sword scorches him, and I get it back, essentially. I ask Lorelin, "Are you you?" He says, "I am more me than I have ever been," which creeped me the hell out. Athane, so we did the boot thing where basically Athane was like, they'll never do this, and he got them all to kiss his boot, and now he has to go like, well, crap, that means I have to lead these guys. If they're going to do something that dumb, I'm going to have to do the dumb thing as well and be in charge. Skip that. Yeah, we have to go to Ire, follow the dog, name Beast. That's the important part of last session. We named the dog Beast.
Oh, yeah.
Arrived at the port of Druin. I hopefully wrote that right. Prince's Siobhan, charms Navri. Navri got his, groove on, and leads us to King Sian. I didn't spell it like Sean, otherwise I would have pronounced it wrong the entire time. Pragmatism does not go far in royal circles, I learned. Let's see. Palabrian. Okay, so the notes I have for the politics sign Palabrians are led by Awen. Getting too close to the Astradi. Ready to join forces for a crusade. The Red Queen has a penchant for the Astradi that concerns everybody. Astradi are religious zealots, don't believe in the Elysium Catholic Church, the Pendrick Reformation, or the Pendrick Cycle, which is important to us for the whole, it's called Codex Albana, and we're on the Pendrick Cycle. Davon is on the verge of collapse. If the king, Merrick, I hope I got his name right, dies, the Knight Commander's Leech try to take the throne. Calith, my place is a non-entity. I was kind of upset about that. Non-entity, you jerks. Drael and Ire will support the High King. Witch Queen to the north is on the move. She cannot be faced without a united island. Ishmir is to the south, so Navri's people. Yes. The suggestion is that Athane marries Awen of Palabria. The idea of Athane... Oh, sorry, that's my notes. You're the High King, you cannot avoid them. So I'm getting a lecture here, and Thane's taking it all in over and over. We did the standard colors. Skip that. Ishmir wants Ire, so that's something that we gotta fix and stop. I have the solution below. Let's see. Did a festival. I entered a smokehouse and had a vision of Sean Connery. Telling me about sorry.
Okay, thank you. Who was that character that you had the vision of?
His name was Wardegar. Rebel King.
Close enough.
Okay, well, Wardegar, the Rebel King who died 20 years ago. I have his sword, and he offered to answer 3 questions. What will placate Ishmir or Ishmatar versus Ire? And they both lack heirs, and that's problem number 1. We got Devon has neither. Ishmir only has daughters, so we have to figure that one out. Anything to placate the Queen of Palabria. Marry her, that sucks. For Athane. Make her High Queen to break control of Astrad and bring the Oski to the crown. And any way to placate the Astradi. Astradi. And that's where Malachi has to sacrifice his butt. In order to make that happen. That isn't how I wrote it down, but we'll just go on here. See, that's a note for me. That's a note for me. Gerhard did find out that he will have to die to save us all. I have thoughts on that, but my character's too dumb to have those thoughts. Lorelin knows that Devere is how Davon will be saved. And Lorelin's sacrifices are for now and the future, apparently. And then the last couple things I have in here. Navri meets the king, King Sian, about his... intention. I can't type apparently either. Intention for his daughter. Delivers a scroll to Ishmir King. If he signs it, Navri gets Sian's daughter. Lorelin is in the Witch Queen's throne. And that's where, as he said, we have the 3 summers. Or winters, actually. 3 winters. And on my holiday, bam, war, baby. Let's do it in 3 years. My holiday.
Okay, anybody else?
I think that was quite thorough.
Yeah, you even got some of DeVere's crotchety bullshit in there, so I'm pretty impressed with that.
I had a lot more notes than that, but most of them probably nobody out there would care about.
And most of them are, I suck at role-playing, no one likes my character, I'm the worst ever. By the way, everyone, in case you're wondering, when you're watching Max play Thane, he thinks he's doing a horrible job, despite the fact everybody really enjoying it. So that's something to keep.
I thought the last episode was horrible. I didn't think I've been doing a horrible job overall.
The only person who should be like worried is Malachi, but he isn't. He just stumbles along without any care in the world, doing the same bullshit every time. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. All righty, we've got 7 people from Legion of Myth, 7 people from my channel, 3 people from another Legion of Myth. How many Legion of Myths are there?
I got 4 going on.
2 people from Ye Old Geek and 2 people from GM Cody, and no one from RPG Digest. So that's at least something.
Oh, RPG Digest is me as well. That must be Twitch.
No Twitch people. Stay away. All of you.
Hey, by the way, if you are watching through Legion of Myth, I do suggest that you jump on over to Bear's channel himself. I think I put the link in the, if you're watching on YouTube, I think I put his link in the actual description there, added it to it. Hopefully it didn't get overwritten. So go watch on Bear's channel. He's the one hosting it.
And the rules, as always, for Super Chats are only the ones on my channel count. $5 for a reroll, $25 for a plot point, $50 to make something bad happen. And if anyone wants to pay $100, I will murder a character.
Did you hear that, Saxius? $100 is the limit there.
You know, I made a lot in Super Chats last night. That much. No.
And 500 TPK.
Oh.
Here we go. Things we will never see. So we're good. Okay, now, so we pick up from where we left off, which is you guys now are on the road to Ishmir, specifically to the capital city of Ishmina. And are any of you, I mean, Cody, Laurelin is educated. I don't know how educated Devere really is at the end of the day.
He thinks he is.
Yeah, you know, I didn't say I don't know how educated Devere thinks he is. I meant I don't know how fucking educated Devere actually is. And of course, toe beans, anyone? Would you like some toe beans? No.
Oh, Mondo.
Mondo paid $50 for someone to die tonight.
No.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay, Mondo. I'm, dude. I mean, Jesus Christ. Yeah. All right. I don't know what this is. It says super paired. What is this? The Chill Gamer 10G. I don't know what that is. TCG paired. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I don't know what that means either.
That's weird. That's a new
So,
one.
so I guess it was only going to be for a guest visit anyway, but you know.
Oh, that's coming from Legion of Myth. That's why it says.
Yeah.
That's it. Okay, now I figured out what they're doing. There we go. Nerds Nerd, did you hear the prices that are on the table tonight? It's $5 for a reroll, $25 to introduce a plot element, $50 to kill a character, $100. What was the
No, it was 50 for bad happen, 100 for killing.
Right, 50 for something bad to happen, 100 to kill a character, and 500 for a total party kill.
Yep.
And Mondo Hand's already paid 50 to have something bad happen.
Well, something bad's going to happen anyways.
Well, it is you guys.
Yeah.
But you're on the road to Ishmina. Now, as I'm sure Navri explains to you who don't know, Ishmir means port or city, land of God. It is the land of God, Ishmir. And Ishmina is the port of God. This used to be Theopolis. This used to be a whole other place. Hundreds of years ago, this was a leftover of the old Theopolitan Empire. This used to be, it's not Theopolis. God, it's been so long since I run this goddamn game, eh? The peninsula that it all sits on used to be something completely different. But then the Ishmiri showed up one day by complete accident. They were sailing somewhere else and got blown off course and then eventually wound up sailing into port with their entire fleet. And the people just, there was a republic, right? Like the rest of the place was always kingdoms. But this was a republic, and they just went, huh. And after 3 days of watching all these ships in their ports, they finally, the admiral sent someone up to see what's going on. And they went, yes, we surrender. This is all yours now. Congratulations. And he's like, what? And that's how Ishmir came into existence, was basically they felt it would be best to not fight. And so that's how you got this nation. Ever since then, Ishmir has been a mix of Albanan, so Albaresh, Aglesh, all those cultures that live on Albana, plus the old imperial culture, which would be like almost Romanesque, and Beshite. And Beshite are essentially, the best way to think about the Beshites, they're kind of like Moroccans or Algerians, okay? They're like North Africans. So they basically have been bringing in the religion of Zahirism, which is basically the primary religion of Ishmir. The last time it looked like there might be a high king of the island was when there was one of the kings that are always named Tanir in Ishmir, had unified them all for a big fight on the continent, and he was killed on the way back home by assassins of the Black Church. So that was the end of that. A lot of people dismiss the Pendrick cycles as believing it like, you know, when people get a conspiracy theory in their head and no amount of showing them they're wrong will ever change their mind on that? Well, there's a whole bunch of people on Albana who think that the Pendrick cycles are actually an Ishmiri conspiracy theory designed to allow for a non-Erastian king to take the high seat of the island. Not the case, as you well know, Laurelin. The Pendrick cycles are older than Ishmir, but people are going to be who people are. You're on the road. You've been given what supplies you can, but given that you've also got Philip and his entourage heading east towards Caliph and all that fun stuff, that's where the majority of your supplies have gone. So you guys are traveling pretty light. You do know that you have a grace period, thanks to Laurelin, from the Witch Queen's interference, but you should also know that, you know, she's not the only adversary you have. There are other powers and other beings who do not want you to succeed. Go ahead.
I don't think I've said anything to anyone yet about.
Oh, you haven't told them? Oh, no. Okay. So you're all on pins and needles thinking the Witch Queen's going to kill you at any point in time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm just making sure we're clear.
Yeah.
Thalacia. I think Thalacia was the name of the old people that were there, and the peninsula that Ishmir's on. But here's the good news. You have a noble in your party from Ishmir, and that would be Navri.
Yes. My brothers, let me lead the way into my homeland.
Go ahead, young man.
Yeah.
I will take point and lead the group.
Okay, so you lead them down a road. Well done.
Yes.
So the roads in on the island are always referred to as salt roads. There's the North Salt, East Salt, West Salt, South Salt. These are basically roads that all the major roads were built by the old empire, and they were designed to go to salt mines. As a result, they're really, really good roads because they were built by the empire. So you're on, this would be the West Salt, the Western Salt Road, which comes all the way down from Brooka and through Ayr and then down to Ishmir, which was Thalacia. As you cross out of Ayr and you start leaving that sort of rusticness behind, may I request what plot element is introduced? Did I hear something about Assassins of the Black Church? Well, Christy Beardo, you did hear me say something about Assassins of the Black Church. What an interesting thing. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. And your super chat is greatly appreciated. So anyway, you're on the Salt Road. But once you leave Ayr, you leave behind the feeling of vast wooded wilderness. And as you get into Ishmir, there are trees. Absolutely there are trees. It's not like they've, clear cut the entire goddamn peninsula. But there's a lot less trees than Ayr. And it's noticeable. And it's almost like you see it yourself, Navri, in that you grew up here and you always thought there were plenty of trees. But now that you've seen forests of that nature, it almost shocks you how sparse it feels in your own land as you cross the marker.
Yeah, it's actually relatively barren looking around.
By comparison.
Yeah.
The other big problem you have here is that this peninsula is very, very warm. There is a current that runs in the water by here, and Ishmir, as a result, has a slightly moister, warmer climate than a lot of other parts of the island. The island already has a fairly warm climate. It's much like England in that it has water keeps it safe from being at where it should be, which is under ice. Here it's even warmer. Storms are constant. There's always going to be a storm coming in. And one of the things you knew growing up here was that if by sundown there wasn't a wind coming in off the ocean, something was wrong. And there was a big storm coming as a result of that. But the good news is it's a sunny day. It's not raining. The roads are relatively dry, and you guys are making good time. You stop at a marker point for your first day's rest. Marker points are basically every sort of half day to day travel along one of these salt roads. There's a place set up with like a ring of stones where you can basically make camp, and there's a fire pit and, things. And every king tries to maintain theirs to whatever degree they can. Based on what you guys have seen in the other kingdoms so far, Ishmir actually puts an effort into this because these are actually well maintained, and clearly someone's been here to, weed it and cut back the wild, the overgrowth and stuff like that. So it's kind of really nice. And with that, you guys make camp.
Great.
And I just realized you don't have an NPC. Ha ha! Good luck.
We have Perrin.
And we have
Yeah.
Beast.
You think Perrin's going to give you guys pearls of wisdom? Oui, chevalier. Oui. I think maybe if we were to use the gambit of no, it's Perrin.
No, Devere.
Chevalier. What you wish, chevalier? Okay, chevalier.
Right, Devere will come up with an idea. Perrin will say yes, and it'll be the right idea. At least to Devere.
Devere.
Yeah, Perrin will agree, and the rest of us will tell us why he's wrong.
I must say, Navri, I don't remember the last time I saw your land, but I prefer it to that last place we're in. It feels safer. We can see further. Less chance of an ambush.
This is true, Sir Devere. And I can see that these marker points have been quite well maintained, not like some of the other places we've been.
Very true. It shows that your people are civilized. I'm surprised at that.
Is that so?
Yes.
Have I not been demonstrating my people's temperament?
No, it's just that we are taught in the schools of Palabria that Palabria is the dominant civilization, and that all others are lesser somewhat.
Well, if I may, Sir Devere, allow me to show you what my people are really like.
I look forward to that.
And you behead him. We call him infidel and spit on his corpse. Fair
I look
enough.
forward to that.
It's not long as you guys are making camp and sort of sitting there and you've got a little fire going that you hear the sound of hooves approaching from the south.
Okay. And you said we're on the Western Salt Road.
You're on the Western Salt Road, so you're running along the western coast of Albana.
Okay, I guess I'll stand up and look towards the direction where the hoofs are approaching from.
Well,
I will stand beside you.
The nice thing about the peninsula is that it's basically a bulge. So it basically drops down to the sea on the east and western sides, though the western side is open ocean, eastern side is more harbor sea type stuff.
Okay.
So from where you are, you've pretty much got a good view of the vantage point as it slopes down towards the south. I mean, we're still talking leagues and leagues and leagues and leagues. Like you can't see the sea, but you can still see things coming from a long way off. And you first catch the glint of black and silver. And then you see a squadron or a retinue of about what looks like 10 horsemen flying the flag of the king, riding towards you.
The Ishmiri King. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Well, let's be honest. It was originally a sultanate, but it became a kingdom when he rebelled against the south and joined Albana.
Okay. So I'll turn around to the rest of the guys and I'll say, "Oh, I recognize those colors. Those are the king's colors. They must be the king's men."
Well, who better to communicate with the king's men than you, Navri?
I agree.
With your permission, of course.
No.
No, I'm looking at the High King.
No one knows what you're looking at. No eyes.
Well, I can't see. They just don't know I can see.
I wanted to ask earlier, you said that there aren't a lot of trees, but it is forested. How open is this area of Vice? How wooded is it?
It's mix. Like there's
Okay.
lots of clearings and slopes and stuff like that. So there
I-
are little sort of patches of woods, but there's no massive forest.
About how far away is the closest copse of tree or climbable tree?
10 million miles. There's nothing close by. They have no trees running along the road. They actually keep the trees within probably about 500 yards away from the road, so that way bandits and brigands have nowhere to hide.
Well, that prevents me from doing one thing. That's good. All right, then I'm just
You're
hanging
running
out.
away and hiding? Yes. It does.
No. No, I had a different plan.
I know you did. But no, in Ishmir, they keep the roads fairly free and like no boulders, nothing to hide behind. The whole idea is that if you want to be a brigand, you're going to have to cover not 100 yards, 500 yards, but like 100 yards. You have to cover a football field to get there.
That's cool. No, I was actually going to shoot an arrow to see how far I could shoot between me and the nearest tree to see what the range was, but range finding, man. But I don't need to do that now.
You're good. So are you guys doing anything else while you're waiting for them to show up, or are you just...
Watching Navri and
I'm
petting
still
Beast.
sitting on. Yeah, I'm still sitting on the ground smoking my pipe like it's not a big deal.
Devere?
I'm standing to attention next to Navri, waiting for him to take the lead in the situation.
Malachi? Sorry.
I'm in
You're
prayer.
What?
I'm deep in prayer.
You're deep in prayer.
Yeah.
Which faith are you now?
I'm kind of following that thing where what's his name said about it all coming from the same place.
Oh, so you're feeling the gray faith filling in on you right now.
Yeah.
Oh, what Friar Philip was talking about.
Yeah, Friar Philip.
Gray faith. I wonder if that's going to matter soon. Huh. I wonder if there's someone you're going to meet who might have something to do with that. I don't know. Okay, so takes them about 15 minutes to get to you, and they do. And when they ride up, you see people who look like Navri, basically swarthy, hawkish features, dark hair. There's not a speck of gold on anything. Everything is black and silver. And you recognize the banner of the king, and then there's a second banner underneath, and I'm going to need you to give me a heraldry, or if you have something that can identify, banners.
Let me just have a little look. I don't... I've got Own Kingdom 30%.
That would work.
Okay, I will roll. And I got a 79.
So you have no idea which lord this is. Would you like to use your luck to try again?
I can. What are the rules on that? 5 luck, is it?
I can't remember what we did. It's been months, dude.
I think it was 5 luck per thing, but I can't remember.
Yeah, reroll on 5. There we go.
Okay. I will spend 5 luck and attempt to go again. And 59. Still a bit better, but not good enough. So
You suck at this game. So you have no idea which noble these men are from. And the head rider basically, pulls off his helmet and he sort of looks and he goes, and in Ishmiri, he says, or actually it's really Dashite, but he just says,
yeah.
You're a long way from home, cousin.
It's good to see a fellow countryman again.
Yes, you've been traveling with barbarians, I see.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't call them barbarians necessarily. I'm in the company of the High King.
So he just doesn't quite smile, but you can tell he's like, sure you are. The High King. And which one of these pink bastards is the High King?
Do I really want to point him out?
One of the other guys goes, probably the one with the most shit on his boots.
I bend over while I was still smoking my pipe on the ground to a feign, because I'm always by his side. Like wherever he's at, I'm behind him or next to him.
He's at a push him away.
Yeah.
He's taking a pee, I'm holding it for him.
Yeah, exactly. I just kind of bend over. I think now is the time for introductions, my lord. They do not believe who or what you are.
Do you
I don't
speak
believe who or
Beshite?
what I am.
I
You-
speak Albaresh and Beshite. Yeah.
No. Cody, does
Cody.
Laurelin speak Beshite?
No, but I'm just
Then
assuming
you
that
don't
he's
know
getting.
what the-
I'm assuming that he's getting the vibe of what's going on.
You're assuming. Oh, so we're 4Ding this, are we now? Is that how that works?
Yeah.
I believe there's a skill for getting a vibe off of people.
Okay. What do I need to roll?
I don't know. Look at your character sheet and see if there's a skill you can use to detect falsehood or stuff like that.
I'll just use intelligence. How about that?
All right, halved.
Okay. I failed.
Yeah. Well, he can still say, what he says, but you have no idea what these guys are talking about because all you're hearing is.
But can I
Over here.
tell by their demeanor and mannerisms what they're
Let me
doing?
ask you a question. When you hear Germans talking, can you tell if they're angry or happy?
That's not a fair question.
Just saying.
I'll say you may be able to tell Navri's mannerisms because you know him.
That's
the
fair.
conversation is
I'll
going.
allow that.
But you
So
won't know.
you can tell that Navri is on edge.
Okay.
That's fair.
My brother, you must take my word for this. Word has not spread of who the new High King is yet, but that is part of why we come on this journey back to Ishmir.
I believe I asked a very direct question, cousin. Which one of these barbarians is the High King?
So I'll turn around and I'll say, you see our companion there with no eyes? It's the one next to him.
It's the most bizarre marker I've ever heard in my life. Man, it's that guy. See the guy with no eyes? It's the dude right beside this guy. All right, so he just sort of looks and he goes, he looks unimpressive.
Well, he only became the High King very recently. He has not quite taken to the role fully yet, but
He sort
As I
of
said.
grunts. It's hard to tell their age. He's a child, isn't he?
he is quite young, yes.
Hmm.
But plenty of time to learn how to rule Albana, is it not?
So he turns to one of the guys. Ride back to the last post, get horses for them all. Yep. So the two guys ride back, and he goes, tell your friends to remain calm and begin packing their things, and when the horses get back, we're taking you straight to Ishmina.
Oh, my brother, thank you.
Do not thank me, cousin. Do not thank me. Things have changed since you and your father left for the fair.
How so?
It is not my place to say.
Very well. Okay, so I'll turn around and say to the guys, guys, okay, good news, I think. Nothing to worry about. They've gone to get horses for us, and they're going to take us directly to Ishmina with an escort. I told him I'm in the company of the High King, and it seems they've at least taken that on board.
Have they taken that on board?
Well, they've gone to get horses for us. I'd say that's fairly kingly treatment.
Or speeds us to our execution.
I read some
Well,
doubt on your supposed friend's face.
he was more doubting the High King. Not that he was the High King, but that he would be fitting to be the High King. But he doesn't know him like we do. He thinks he's a bit young, that's all.
And tell me, Navri, what do your people think of the High King?
Well, they think that obviously their kingdom is the most... Well, we think our kingdom is the most important, I should really say. But, I mean, I'm not sure what my father will necessarily think, but as far as I know, they still succeed to the High King.
We'll have to hope they do. Next time you speak to them, could you possibly inform them that it is rude in polite company to speak a language that so few of us understand?
Am I going to
don't
have to kick somebody in the balls again?
I'm not sure, sir. I don't think they know the language that we're all speaking to each other in. They only speak Beshite.
Are they
What
not?
of your father?
Well, I mean, my mother was Albaresh, so
Good.
I have 2 languages.
Do the nobles of your land not speak multiple languages? Are they not well learned?
Well,
We
my
speak
mother,
your barbarian tongue. We choose not to because we speak the language of God's tongue. You should learn it.
So this, I point at. I'm looking at Navri and pointing at the fellow that's who is this guy talking to me? Is the same guy that was communicating with
I was
Navri?
talking with Navri, yeah.
I pointed him with my hand, gesturing, but looking at Navri. So this pretty much sums up their attitude, I suppose. Is this the attitude of all your people?
no. Please pay no mind. They are simply just gauging us.
Well, let us judge them on the quality of the horses they supply.
What?
If anybody comes into your land, you would treat them with a little bit of apprehension at first, would you?
Yes. Yes, if I'm brought a suitable war horse to ride, then I will be appreciative. If I'm brought a knackered old nag, then yeah, well.
So in Beshite, he goes, "You see, cousin, barbarians. Ishmael is the finest horse on this island."
So I'll say back to him in Beshite. Him in particular, he can be a little bit, how do you say, pernickety.
Hopefully he will guard his tongue when he is in the presence of the king.
Cousin, I will do my best to ensure that he
You will
watches.
bring
what he
shame
says.
on your family.
Me?
And that shame will carry to your children, and to their children, and to their children.
Oh, I will not allow him to besmirch my family name.
His actions are now your responsibility. All of them are.
I understand.
And eventually they show up with horses. They're nice horses. I mean, they're not like, these are the finest horses that we had in the stables. But they're good horses.
What do you think, Sir Devere?
I'm nodding appreciatively. It is an adequate mount for a knight. Now, Gerhard, as a newly anointed knight, what is your appreciation of horses? Do you have much experience?
Hold on.
I trust they've supplied you with an adequate mount for your status now.
Not yet. I have used them in the past, though. It was not typical of my station previously.
Well, you're a knight now, and now you have a horse. What do you
I'm
think?
getting on the horse, or a horse.
Thank you.
I mount up
Fine
with
animal, and I climb on it.
I've tried to make a beeline for the largest horse if possible.
Of course you did. Overcompensating.
Yep.
Sir Gerhardt,
Yes.
you're at my side.
Okay.
So they basically box you in, so you're riding surrounded by them. And when the guy came back with the horses, he came back with like 6 more guys too. So it's quite the retinue taking you down now.
Quite the entourage, eh?
It's something. As you ride through Ishmir, though, you see that there are people who are not Beshite. There are people who are like just Alberish. They're just they're normal Albani people that lived here before it became what it is now. But ultimately, you do see a lot of Beshite-influenced architecture. What little signage you do see tends to be written prominently in Beshite, and then maybe has a little bit of Albrecht put in on it. I mean, it's the way it is, and you ride all day, all day. By the time the sun comes down, you pull into a small town. They immediately get off their horses and then head straight towards what looks like an onion-domed temple. And they're sort of... Is Navri going to pray, or is he not being Zahiric?
Well, I mean, Navri's religion really is the Pendrick Reformation, but his father was Zahiric, so I don't know. He wouldn't want to like let them down though, or like do anything that's untoward. So I guess he would go and pray with them.
So sunrise, sunset. You got to pray twice a day in the Zahirism.
Yep.
But they're heading straight into the temple, and like you guys realize, everybody in this town is heading to the temple as the sun is going down. Everybody. They're just leaving you there. Like you could literally just turn around and ride out if you wanted to.
Do we go to the temple too?
Well,
we
so
follow them?
Before I make my way there, I'll tell everyone. In the Zahiric faith, by the way, everyone prays at sunrise and sunset. And as you can see what time it is now, yeah.
I think we should make haste to your father's dwelling.
Getting off my horse, and I'm going to just follow Navri.
Okay. Malachi? Sorry,
Same.
Gerhard, following Laurelin?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mount off with the Fane and follow closely behind him.
All right. So as you get to the doors of the temple, Devere, what are you doing? Actually, this is a really important question.
Mm-hmm.
What is Devere, the Catholic, doing?
I am going to remain here and guard the horses.
Okay. Okay, I will stay with you. When you get to the temple, you see everyone's taking their boots off and leaving their weapons at the door, if they have them.
Oh, winning Ishmiri.
Yep.
So doing the same? Okay. Is anybody not respecting the local traditions is the question I'm asking. Sorry, let me rephrase the question. Is anyone being Devere? All right, so you go in, there's a Musa making out the call to prayer, and then everybody just starts praying. They just start bowing and speaking in Beshite. It's up to you guys if you want to bow and do all that, or you just want to, be quiet. You make your choices.
I'll be quiet because I don't know what they're saying, but I'm going to try and... Whatever they're doing, I'm doing. If they're kneeling, bowing, standing, whatever, I just...
Okay.
Yeah.
Laura
Fake it till you
Land?
make it, baby.
I am just observing what they're doing. Just standing in the corner.
Okay. Fair. Okay. Gerhard?
I'll join in as best as I can.
Okay. Navri?
Well, how many people are in this temple, and how big is it? Is it the main temple, or is it like one of the
The main
small?
temple for this town, this village. And
Right.
There's maybe probably about a couple hundred people in here.
Okay. Do I see anyone that I recognize?
Oh, God, you've never been in this town before.
Okay, right, that's fine. Yeah. In that case, I'll just make my way towards like the closest empty space at the back and start praying.
Okay. So the prayers last about 10, 15 minutes, and then they're done. Everybody
Jesus.
gets up, starts flying out, so filing out, putting on their boots, grabbing their stuff, and then eventually they all just basically go, we ride through the night, cousin. Get them and we go. Tell them we're riding through the night.
Oh, it was good to have that connection with my people again. I've missed that.
Then don't go into the lands of the barbarians anymore.
I'm sure you will, when we get a chance to properly discuss things, I'm sure you'll learn the reason for my departure.
Are you a merchant?
No?
Your family become merchants?
No, but one of us is.
Explorers, perhaps?
Of sorts.
pilgrims spreading the word of Zahirism to the rest of this barbaric island.
Not the word of Zahirism, but not the word of any religion, as a matter of fact.
Guard your tongue. Do not make this worse than it already is, cousin. Blasphemies will not spare you.
I understand. But we are here with the High King. This is not a matter of...
We do not recognize this High King until our king recognizes this High King. So you are here with a barbarian and his barbarian party and his wise man wizard. And remind him, should he think magic is his option or to curse or ensorcel one of us, we will remove his hands and his head.
I will be sure to tell him that.
Now we ride through the night. So the road is good enough that you can ride through the night, which is the point. There are actually like not lamps, but like posts with torches and fires burning every 50 feet or something like that, or every 100 feet, basically making you can see a lot of the road as you go. The cobbles are, the brickwork is perfectly level. It's a safe road. Just as the sun is rising as you ride through the night, you see, as you crest over and down, this huge city. This is Ishmina. Ishmina is a mix of three concepts. The old Thalacian stuff, which is very Romanesque, columns and open vistas and stuff like that. Albaresh, Albana regular, like think British Isles during the Middle Ages type thing, mid-Middle Ages, low Middle Ages. And then there's lots and lots and lots of Beshite architecture around, including a massive temple. Growing up in Navri, this is the second largest Zahiric temple in the world.
Okay.
The largest is in Adar, down in the south. The Adarites still have the largest temple in the world. But this is the second largest temple, according to everyone. This is like the show. Okay. Adjacent to the temple is a smaller but still Beshite and impressive building, which is the palace of the king. And they are basically riding you towards that direction. Here in the city, most of the people are Beshite, for sure, or Ishmiri. Mm-hmm. You see a lot of people that are more like Navri. They have more of a softer, sort of coffee-colored skin as opposed to the hard brown that you're dealing with these gentlemen from the guard. These gentlemen from the guard, Navri, are clearly, from the way they talk, they are not born here. They migrated here from Beshan probably because they are very, very southern in their ways. In fact, that's something a lot of the lords like to do is they like to import soldiers from Beshan as opposed to employing locals because many of them feel that the Ishmiri people that are developing this mix of Albani and Beshite is not good, but it's happening whether they like it or not. So a lot of the more older racist-y type people are trying to import as many Beshites as they can in to try and sort of offset it.
Makes sense.
That said, they get to the temple and they basically are heading in to do morning prayers right away.
Navri, do you have churches in this land of yours?
I mean, they're not quite churches; they are temples, but they are religious buildings.
I mean, a church, as in my faith.
There's no Catholicism. There is no Elysian Catholicism in Ishmael.
No, not at all, Sir Devere.
I look disappointed. And this city gives such a cosmopolitan air.
Can't you pray in there anyway?
No.
What, God won't see you?
No.
Fake it till you make it. Let's go on in.
You may continue and make a token gesture towards this fate of this land, but I will remain with the horses once again. I will say my prayers by myself.
Well, if that is the case, Sir Devere, then be careful, please. Some of the people here may not take too kindly to your particular way with words.
Well, That is something, that's a problem we'll deal with when it happens. As it inevitably will, as we have learnt during these travels.
But I do appreciate you being here in a land which may be quite strange to you.
I'm here because you are here, because the High King is here, because our group as a whole are here. It is my duty. I'm carrying out that duty. I'd let it be known I would much rather be at home in Palabria right now. I feel uncomfortable.
Being at home and doing what?
I do not know.
Wouldn't be very nicely just sat at home, would it?
I mean, jousting, sword play, serving in my country's army.
My good man, what we're doing here affects all of Albana.
I know, and that is why I am here. I mean, I have said I would prefer that none of this had happened. I would prefer to be at home in Palabria, but I know I must be here, and I'm here because of you and all of these others.
And I respect that.
But I will not partake in local customs.
So with that, you're ushered into the temple to pray and quit wasting time in front of it by the men who are not all
Yep.
spending this much time talking to this guy. This temple is insane. Like, it is the most opulent piece of architecture you have ever experienced, gentlemen. It's maddening how brilliantly beautiful this place is. Not a shred of gold to be found. The stone is all white, bleached stone. The dome that sits on top is a dome of pure silver. It is, well, maybe it's pure, maybe it's plated, but it's silver. Like, they don't, like, there's nothing gold anywhere. There are literally a couple thousand people praying in here right now. And what's really impressive is how they lift and bow in unison, like a group. Like, it's a wave of humanity happening in front of you as the mullahs are crying out prayers from their little pulpits. And these people are just responding and praying. And it goes on 15 minutes last night. Well, this is like a half an hour of prayer this morning. And then eventually it ends. And you're getting up, Navri, as an acolyte comes over and says, "Forgive me, cousin.
How may I help?
The cleric would like to meet the High King."
The cleric?
Yes. I have been sent.
Okay.
That's his presence.
Right away. I will inform the High King. I'll go to up to Athane. High King, your presence has been requested by the cleric. Would you like to?
This is gonna get longer every time we do this. That was boring.
No, that was just the morning prayer. Please.
Who wants to see me?
The cleric of the temple.
Oh. You say why?
He did not. Well, it wasn't the cleric himself. It was the messenger who delivered the message.
Well, I guess this is why I'm here, and you're all gonna push me into this anyway. Where's Sir Gerhardt?
Right here.
All right. Yep. You got my back.
Yep.
I'm right behind Fane, and as he's getting up and taking off, I grab him by the back and pull him over. And I'm like looking off here, but I'm like talking and lift up my,
Your blindfold.
yeah, and then look right in his eyes. I'm like, we must respect these people's customs, my lord, if we are to gain them on our side.
Okay.
Now, let us go. And I brush off his shoulder. Let us go meet this cleric.
So I'll go back to where the acolyte was stood with now the group and say, "All right, please lead the way."
So they lead you past all of the prayer room area towards the back, where there's a set of double doors, and there are two temple knights, essentially, for lack of a better term, standing there. The acolyte walks up, opens up the doors, and ushers Navri and Thane through. And then the temple knights bar anyone else.
I guess it's just us two then, Miss High King.
Guess so.
I just look at a Fane and nod and just keep nodding.
So they close the doors. And sitting inside is a very old Beshite man. Like, this guy is ancient. Like, he's so old, he's got that skin that almost looks like it's made out of parchment, like it's got that paper thinness to his skin. Very nice robes in the whole 9 yards. And there's a couple of younger, by comparison, men standing around. And he just looks at you and he goes, "You are Navri?" All in Beshite.
Yes, it is I.
Ishmatar,
That is me.
you will translate my words to this man.
Yes, sir. So I'll tell the High King. He wants me to translate what he's saying to you.
Well, good, then I'll understand him.
Okay.
What is his view on God?
He's asking you what your view on God is.
What?
He's asking you what your view on God is, High King.
I haven't given it too much thought. God's powerful. God makes the world go round and the sun come up.
Is that what you want me to tell him?
Can he understand us?
No.
You sure?
Yeah, he can't understand us.
No,
can't?
yeah.
Okay, well then, you say it better than that. Say whatever it takes for your religion. Just don't make me get rid of body parts.
Okay, sure. So I'll turn back to the cleric and I'll say, he thinks God is great, God is all-powerful, and God is what makes the world go round.
A child's view, but acceptable. Will he defend the people of God?
He's asking if you will defend the people of God. When he says that, I don't think he means you specifically, but yeah, I think he means like generally.
I will, as High King, I will defend all the people of the island.
So I'll turn back around. He's quite proudly, like with a look on my face. He says he will defend all the people on the island. They were all God's people.
And what of the beasts? What of the witch? What of all of them? They are of this island, but they are not of God. They serve the adversary.
Are you referring to the Witch Queen of Brooker?
And 5 guys go.
What did you do? What did you do?
Oh, sorry. I mentioned the Witch Queen of Brooker. Clearly, this guy. Yes. But obviously,
Well, I'll
we're not
spit
going
too.
to...
You know what? Like 5 seconds later.
Yes, as you can see, good cleric, the High King also does not like the Witch Queen of Brooker.
I'm
sorry, I will stop saying...
One of the younger men goes, "Stop saying this."
I'm sorry, I will stop
When
saying...
you speak her name in the name of her land, you give her the power to see through these walls. You were raised
I'll
wrong.
start, like, doing the religious symbol that, like, I would do. And it's like the equivalent of the cross, but in, like, Zahiri. I do apologize, my cousins. So, anyway, yes, no, we are here to stop her.
Will he protect the children of God?
They're asking if you'll protect the children of God, High King.
Yeah, of course.
He says, of course.
There is a blackness in our land. The tendrils of the past, the killers of Tanir the Fourth. They are back amongst us. Already a black temple has been found and raided.
Oh, good heavens.
We believe the king has been infected by them through his haram.
No, not our king.
Will the High King save Ishmir from the Black Church?
So now Nav returns to the High King, and the High King can see he looks quite worried. Something bad has happened to our king, the King of Ishmir, High King. The cleric's asking if we will save him, if we will save Ishmir.
Save Ishmir. What's happened?
There is a blackness that has returned to the town, not to the town. You know what I mean? To the land.
What does that mean?
The past has come back to haunt us, it seems.
I don't know what any of this means.
There is a black temple which they've found, and yes, they believe.
What is the Black Temple?
They believe it is the cause of the evil which has infected the High King. Not the High King, the King of Ishmir.
Okay, I'm hearing a lot of witchcraft. What does it mean?
The cleric is asking if we will help to save the king and thus Ishmir.
I want to, but I have to know what that means, because if it means attacking somebody else on the island because of a different belief, the answer is no.
So I'll look back to the cleric and I'll say, yes, he will absolutely be willing to help, but he needs to know more about what is happening so he can help better.
One of the other clerics goes, he lies. This boy knows nothing of the Black Church. He babbled at him. Spoke of evil, but not of the actual evil that we speak of. Your father's raising of you is shameful. The clan of Ishmatar brings shame upon this nation. And the old cleric holds up his hand. We do not concern our youth with the happenings of centuries past. The Black Church served the adversary, and death and destruction. They serve rot and ruin. Once upon a time, Tanir the Fourth was to be the High King of Albana after the victory on the continent. And then the agents of the Black Church, while their rule was shattered, they survived, killed him within his own cadre on the return to this island. The hunt across this island to burn their nests was legendary. Thousands were beheaded. Now they are returning, and Ishmina is their foothold. Will the High King save Ishmir from the Black Church? Don't look to him. Do not look to him. I am asking you, Navri Ishmatar. Will the High King save Ishmir?
Yes, he will. And I most certainly will.
Good. Tell him to step forward.
Is he mad at me?
No. I am I allowed to look at him? No, he's not mad. He's just simply very passionate.
Did I say
Tell
something wrong?
him to step forward.
High King, he says, step forward if you would, please.
I step forward.
And then he just sort of motions for you to kneel in front of him.
Okay, I'll kneel.
And then they bring little braziers, and he starts doing a prayer ritual where he starts anointing you with oils and spices. And then out of the sides come basically these young men who are like acolytes. And have you ever seen henna writing? from India.
Yeah.
For the wedding, they get all the henna written.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
start writing on you. Every piece of flesh that is exposed, they start writing on you. Takes about 10 minutes. And when it's done, the cleric looks at you now and he goes, he may not wash for one turn of the sun.
Oh,
You must
okay.
allow the Holy Scriptures to enter his soul through his skin now.
So I will
Go
say
to
that
the
to
king.
him.
Shut your mouth and open your ears, boy. This will protect him from the Black Church. This will protect him from their magics. Do you understand?
Yes.
Waste no more time. Take him and go now to the king. Go!
Okay.
And then they all get excited. So somebody's like, oh, everybody's up in arms.
High King, it's time for us to go.
It
us
sounds
leave.
like it. Yes, I'm following you.
And they've said don't wash that off for one turn of the sun, so for a day. Please allow time for the Holy Scriptures to sink into your soul through your skin, and this will protect you from the horrible magic of the Black Church.
Okay.
Hey, I know it sounds a bit crazy, but have you not seen some of the things that Laurelyn's been dealing with? I think this is pretty normal in consideration.
I can't argue with that.
Shay.
When you put it that way.
Quickly, High King, let us make haste. We must meet the king.
So you guys get let out of the temple. You re-team up with Gerhardt and Laurelyn. Laurelyn, you can see him. He's glowing with divine energy upon him now. Like they've anointed him. He's radiant. Okay. Devere, when they bring him out, he's covered in savagery.
Oh,
I'm going to shudder when I see the state of him.
I got face painted.
Are those permanent? Have you been tattooed with that
no,
devilry?
no, said Devere. No, this is not permanent. This is just for one day.
So they have painted him with the mark of Satan.
This is not the mark of Satan. How dare you?
Kaifet. Satan doesn't exist in this world.
Oh, Kaifet.
Kaifet.
Hyphet.
Kaifet. Kaifet.
Sorry.
Hyphet. They painted him with the mark of Hyphet.
With a T. A Typhit. How is this not hard to understand, you weird
Sorry.
bobby?
Spell it.
Typet.
Got it.
Typhit.
No, this is not. How dare you? No. These are the markings of God.
Very well, I'll take your word for it.
Laurelyn, what do you see when you look at the High King?
I see that he has been imbued with the divine spark.
Only because he just told you.
No, a true divine spark.
I scoff at that.
You have to understand, Sir Devere, and you have to put your prejudices aside, that this is for the better of all of us, for the better of all the Isles of Albana. Do you not serve your High King?
I do. I have promised to serve him, yes, but
Well, then remember that their
It's
God
doubt my
is
choice.
your God, and his God is our God, and all the gods are the same. The
Oh,
divine
wait, what?
spark is the divine
Yep.
spark.
I
Though I wouldn't mention those words around these people as my voice goes to a whisperer.
Well, I will say to Laurelyn, the cleric in the temple advised that the High King keep these on for one turning of the sun to allow time for the magic to seep into his soul through his skin. And this will protect him against the evil. And I will start telling him, of the Black Church and how they killed the...
Yes, please, because look, what I've learned about religion and watching Devere and so forth is sometimes people call black churches things that are just their neighbors across the street. And I just want to make sure that I'm not going after other Albanans here.
No.
No. Anyone who has any level of education knows the tales of the Black Church. The Black Church is a very specific thing. It was a period in time when the people of Typhid managed to infiltrate the dominant Theopolitan religion, take it over, and then twist it to evil that led to a massive war on the continent versus them. And even Albana went, and it was Tanir IV who convinced the kings of Albana to go fight on the continent. Even got the Dainsk to send the Rashomon, their rowing men, with ships to break the ports and then keep the island safe after. And the biggest thing that came out of it, and you know this, Laurelin, is that up until that point, Ishmir had been a sultanate under the rule of the Crimson Empire far to the south. And after this event, Tanir rejected the Crimson Empire and basically made Ishmir a kingdom of Albana. So it's a massive event of the history that you all have a copy of and clearly didn't read, which is fun.
Or forgot.
Or forgot, because it's been a while.
It's been a year.
So when we talk about the Black Church, we're talking about like in your heads, think Church of Satan.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's like it's the devil's church. You know what I mean? It's that. There's only one Black Church.
Can I take a Thane to one
The
side?
Infernal Temple. The Infernal Temple is a completely other evil organization.
Can I take a Thane to one side, please?
I don't know. Can you?
A Thane. My king, my lord. Please, may I have a private word in your ear?
I just got a lecture from Navri. Am I going to get a lecture from you now?
No, you are not.
Okay.
I
Sure.
take my cross from round my neck. I press it into Ethane's hand and say, please wear this. I know you have been told that those markings will protect you, but just in case you are being lied to, I hope this can give you heart and confidence, and please look after it. It is my connection to my lord.
Are they going to kill me if I do this?
Tuck it under your shirt.
That sounds easy enough. Okay.
But please accept this gift from me. While that stuff is on your skin, please wear this.
I take it. I do it. I wear it.
Thank you.
And we'll wait for Navri to get back from the washroom. So why don't we take a quick break, because I got to run downstairs and make sure everything's going okay with the workers downstairs. So we're taking a quick 15, and we'll be back as soon as possible. So we'll be back by 4:30 Eastern. Okay, guys?
Okay.
Okay.
Do you know where you're coming in, Andy?
I'd probably be found on a crucifix somewhere or something like that. I don't know at the moment.
Oh, you wouldn't be the first time. You wouldn't be the first person. Oh, another one of them? Okay.
I've been given several novels to read, and it's like, oh my god, how much information has he got? You know,
No,
which
no,
I've sort of read through it, but I can't remember it all. You know.
Yeah, that's the issue. That I read it before we started the campaign. I went back and reread the religion stuff a few months ago again, and it just it doesn't stick.
Yeah.
This isn't a complaint at all. I wish
Oh, it's amazing.
I have a
isn't it,
copy of
all
it. I
the
should
time?
just have it up on my screen here, my third monitor over here, just to reference it. Because to be fair, if I had known, or if me as a player had known that stuff about the Black Church, Athane would have been a little more proactive about, yes. What I was scared of is that the Black Church was like Devere. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I didn't want to say, yeah, wipe them all out. Oh, crap. Did I just agree to go to Worgen's Palabria? Shit. You know, so...
there's a lot of depth to this, isn't there? And it is difficult to get your head around all of it. So
what I like about it is it's a mixture of, we'll say, real world myth, but with everything's with a twist. So there's some things you can kind of latch onto and probably be correct, but then there's some things that are definitely different that makes it part of the fantasy world. All right, I'm gonna stretch my legs for a moment. I will be right back.
I'm going to go and grab a drink.
We're on a break until for another 10 minutes. Sorry.
Cheers. Seeing as I'm appear to be the only one back, I'm going to have a little look at chat. 7 minutes of the break left. Welcome back, Cody.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Yeah, it's just a mid-session break, Fuxus.
Yep, just a little brio break. I had to run downstairs and check on something and make a cup of coffee, and it's like a mid-session break. Anybody want to lay any bets on whether or not DeVere causes an international incident today? You're betting on yes, are you? What do chairs have to do with anything? I don't understand what Flamingo's talking about.
Oh, I said cheers. Charles.
Oh. Now I understand.
Charles.
Only in Canada, eh? Pity.
What can be more English than tea and biscuits?
That's a rigged bet. You bet it's a rigged bet. DeVere is a chaos on legs. I felt it would be beneficial for, poor Iman to have some actual role-playing time for once.
Yes. Good.
Absolutely. Everybody should get some spotlight.
Lord knows some of you take it, stranglehold, test your God, I'm confused by all this. I'm going to go hide in a tree. Or use the Malachi technique.
Hey, at least he can't be phased.
Clearly. That's okay. I got planes. His internet's stable. Got to make use of it.
That is a good point.
Jerry Williams, Sir DeVere never change, LOL. This world, Grizzly, has been worked on since 2000 overall, really, if you go back to the origins of it. So it's been a long time. Someone said something earlier I wanted to say thank you for.
$25?
No.
$50? Wait, you're still supposed to kill somebody? And
No,
wait, it's not kill.
No, not kill.
Something bad happen?
Yes.
I would rather die than be maimed. I'm just saying.
I don't think Bear really has to do anything. We do enough bad stuff to ourselves.
It is fun.
Great. Now, Laura,
There we go. Chill Gamer Tog TCG Joe. Is that the? I guess that's a different guy. This is more interesting than I thought it would be. Thank you. I appreciate that. That's very kind of you to say.
TCG Gamers have been part of hanging out with Legion Myth for a while.
Oh, nice.
So, came from my side.
Nice. Just wait for the young master to return.
I'm here. I'm literally just moving to the shed. I'll be 2 seconds.
Shed life. He's off to the dirty shed. Oh, thank you, Grizzly. Yeah, it's a lot of work has gone into this world. A lot of work. But the nice part is you can sort of take the big picture of the religions and the politics, but then focus in like we are on Albana, which is one part of the larger world. For those of you who have never been here for this before, allow me to show you something. So I think, yeah, we'll use this one. Yeah, okay. This is a representative map of what we call the West. This is the West. This is the entirety of where the campaign takes place, and they are just over here on the Pendrick Isles, or the island of Albana. The island of Albana is a very different beast in and of itself. Give me a second. I will show you. Let me beep, beep, boop. And I think one more. No, we'll go in one. There we go. The island of Albana, where they are having this campaign, is just that one island. This is about the size of England, the British Isles in total, including probably Ireland. And that's where they are. And currently they're down here. They started up here in the middle, and then they went all the way up here through, and then they went to Drail, and then from Drail they sailed down here, got shipwrecked about here, and then have been on foot down all the way through here. So they are currently here in Ishmina. This is where they have arrived at, and that's where they are. So that's what's going on with that. All right. You're off to see the the king. Tanya the 7th, I believe, is the current ruler. Is it the 7th or is it the 8th? I forget.
I'm going to keep close watch on Ethane. I do want to. I'm worried about those markings on his skin. I do not trust them. I want to just keep a close eye on him. I want to see any changes in his personality and his demeanor. I believe he's been possessed.
I don't believe I've marked down it. So given that Tanir the Fourth would have been a while back, a couple hundred years, we'll say you're currently on Tanir the 10th, is the current king of Ishmir. Did you catch that? No, he didn't have his headset on. The current king of Ishmir is Tanir the 10th. You understand, Navri?
Yep, Tamir the 10th.
Okay.
Got it.
So you guys walk up to the doors of the palace, and there are guards. And these guards are dark-skinned. These are not Ishmiri. These are Beshite guards. They have big scimitars, and they have large pole arms, and they're wearing a sort of a silverish chainmail or scale mail over their black tabards. And as you guys come walking up towards them, armed, they cross their pole arms. We'll wait for Navri to get back again.
No, I'm here. Sorry, I was just locking the door.
We wouldn't want you to get stolen while you're in there. So they are blocking entrance for you.
My cousins, we are here to see the king.
So one of them just looks at you. You're no cousin of mine. You are polluted. Look at you. Your skin is the color of coffee.
Let us not cause more divides where they are not needed. We are here to see the king. Please.
On what authority?
I am in the presence of the High King, and we have been to see the cleric at the temple.
The cleric?
Yes.
The cleric's law
As
does
you may
not
be-
extend to this palace any longer.
Is that so?
Yes. The king has appointed the priestess, which is a fucking blasphemy in Zahirism, just so we're clear.
Yeah, right?
She now is the one who rules Zahiric faith in Ishmir, not the cleric.
The priestess? No. This cannot be.
They're not moving.
You're having a problem here, Navri.
So I'll turn around and I'll say, apparently the cleric doesn't have authority in the palace anymore, and it's the priestess. But that's blasphemy.
I'll step forward and say
Mind your tongue, yeah.
say in my language, please step aside. The High King is here. Did you not? I'm assuming Navri has told you we are here with the High King. We have authority. Step aside.
If they didn't understand, I will translate what you said to them.
Tell your barbarian dog if he enjoys his head being attached to his shoulders, he will step back and not speak to his betters again.
What did he say, Navri?
He said, and I'm not paraphrasing, he said this: if you still want your head attached to your shoulders, you'll step. These are not the customs of my people. These are not how my people act. I don't know under what authority these people are acting, but this is not how Ishmiri people act.
Tell him I am a knight in service of the High King. The true High King.
I literally
I
just
will
put my
not take
hand
his
in front of
nonsense.
his mouth.
In front of which guy's mouth?
DeVere's. Let's go back to the cleric.
Okay, I'll tell them. We will be back momentarily.
Please stand by.
These messages will be right.
I took my hand away.
They just chuckle. They're like.
Hey Navri, we need to go back to the cleric. Are these black witches?
No, no, they don't look like it. But they're not.
Well,
they're not who I
you
would be
said
expecting.
blasphemy, and you guys are big on the whole religion thing and kill people and take heads and wrists and fingers and eyeballs. Not Lorelins though. Over religious issues. Wouldn't they have been killed if
Yes,
they're blasphemous?
But High King, they're saying that the priestess has authority in the palace, but this has never been the case throughout our
Well, I mean,
history.
things change, but we need to go.
Well, I mean, the guys who escorted us here said that things have changed. I didn't realize it was to this extent.
What? Young Navri, what have you heard about your king?
That it's King Tamir the 10th. And originally, the Black Church were responsible for killing King Tamir the 4th. So it's been quite a while since they've come back. Tanir, sorry. But it's been quite a while, and they seem to have returned. And I'm not sure whether their return has sparked this change, or whether the change happened and that's what brought her. I don't know, but
How?
Is he of right mind, though?
Well, I mean, the cleric spoke to me and asked me to translate to the High King, but yeah, our king, the King of Ishmir, needs saving. He's a good man.
Why would a princess be in charge of a king?
A priestess.
Who is
in
this
charge of a king?
priestess?
Malachi, look at Discord. Malachi, try not to break everything. You guys keep rolling.
All right, I'm going to do something that's going to help all of us. I touch, with your permission, my lord, and I raise up 2 hands. With your permission.
What?
I touch his head. I touch Navri's head. I'm going to try to make it where he can understand their language through magic.
Ooh, okay. So, using our magical rules that we have in place, how likely do you think it is that you can make someone understand the language immediately like that?
Probably fairly unlikely.
So we'll call
But
this.
he is divinely touched. So
That is true.
And I know 2 other languages. Maybe there's some semblance.
We will call this unlikely. So
Okay.
look at your rules and treat it as an unlikely casting.
Okay, so just tell me what that'd be, because
Oh Jesus! Now I got to go fucking look up how you cast spells, mother.
I don't remember. I don't remember how to do this. It's been a few months.
I got to go find it, dude. I got to look it up too. I don't have it
Yeah,
memorized.
I don't remember. I really don't.
Hang on.
Did it have to do with power?
Yes, but there's a whole system for it because of what he's doing. Give me a
It's
second.
simple math once you see it, but yeah,
Once you have it, but you just got to have it, and I don't remember it off the top of my head.
I may have actually downloaded that myself
Oh, did
because
you?
I liked it.
Well, do you have it handy? Because I got to find it.
Handy. Well, I'm looking now. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Thanks, Cody. You're fired, Cody.
Thanks for casting spells that you're supposed to do, Cody.
Thanks for not knowing how your character works, Cody. Oh, where the fuck is it? Hang on.
I do stuff.
I'm gonna cast a spell.
We're gonna cast spell.
Feel free to correct me, Bear. But I think this is BRP mixed with Cthulhu Dark
No,
Ages.
but this is a specific type of magic system we're using that was designed for BRP by fans, and it's a really good system. And when it works really well, I just got to find the fucking document for it.
No, it's because Thruxus was asking.
Oh, okay.
That's all.
Sorry.
No worries.
You know what? I'm just going to go to the webpage where I got it from. Give me a second. Bookmarks. Bookmark manager. Which magic system do you use? I think it's this one. Okay, so it's unlikely. We said unlikely, right?
Correct.
So unlikely is things which could happen by accident but are unlikely. So this is actually highly unlikely. So as a level 3, highly unlikely, you are rolling at 25% of your casting chance or less.
Okay.
It's going to cost you power times. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So your power cost on that is going to be 2% power. So this is going to be 16 power. How much power do you have? Sorry, magic points. How many magic points do you have? Sorry.
I have 12.
Okay. So this is going to burn out. No, then it wouldn't be that high. This will be 6 magic points. I got to find the document. I can't read it right now.
I posted it in the Codex Albana.
Okay, I'm going to take a look right now. Malachi, you doing anything based on what we just discussed?
Well, we gotta get in there. That's all I'm gonna say.
What?
We gotta get in there no matter. We have to get in there.
You totally misinterpreted what I sent you.
What?
You're not having a discussion. You know that thing that's been happening in your head and that divine knowledge and that certainty you had? That certainty just went, open that door and kill them if they stand in your way. Essentially, as far as your brain is concerned, God just told you to open the door to the the palace.
Well, we now know where that $49.99 went.
Yeah, so welcome to that.
Okay.
Your roll is power times 3%, Cody, is your roll. So what is your power?
60.
So divide that by 5.
Okay.
So that 60 divided by 5 is 12 times 3. So 24, 36. Roll under 36, please.
10.
Nice. So now you have the knowledge of that.
I speak what?
Beshite. You can't speak it, but you can understand it.
Oh.
Since that's what you said, he would be able to understand what they say, right?
Oh.
Yes.
Well, let's test if it worked, and I'll say something to
that
him.
happens,
But
what is
do you
Malachi
understand?
doing?
I'm going to
Sorry.
open the door no matter what.
So they're standing in your way, and as you come forward, they lower their pole arms towards you.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna have to attack them.
Could you be more descriptive, please, and tell us
Well-
what you're doing?
Considering I'm unarmed,
Why would you be unarmed? Where's your sword?
it was destroyed.
Oh my! You don't have a sword. You could easily reach over and just take fucking Navri's right out of his scabbard if you wanted. He doesn't see it coming. He's not expecting you to do
Okay.
it.
I'm gonna grab his sword and attack the guard.
You have surprise on them. Hey, thank you, Jason Jacobson. Make your attack, buddy.
Okay. Hang on. 17 on 83.
Yeah, that'll hit. We'll roll a d10, please.
10.
So the guy's head comes off as your sword Navri's sword. You pull Navri's sword, walk up. The guy goes, oh, no, and you just go as his head goes. The other guy's like, and has to make a sanity check or a stress check because he just watched his buddy's head come clean off its shoulders. He's fucking like he's like, and he drops his thing and he starts running into the crowd like he's freaked the fuck out. Then out the door stands before you.
Okay.
I'm gonna go in.
Malachi, the door stands before you.
We're going in.
So you watch him walk up, open the doors, and start walking into the palace with Navri's sword in his hand. What are the rest of you doing?
Well, Navri's going to chase after him and say, "Hey, what are you doing, man? Give me my sword back. What'd you just do?"
I'm going to pick up the sword from the dead guard and run after Navri and say, here's one you can use.
So it's a scimitar, but yeah. They had scimitars. So you're giving it to Navri or you're giving it to Gerhard?
I'll give that to Gerhard so Navri can have his own one back.
All right, you got a scimitar now, buddy. What is by the way, Laurelin? Gerhard has a slight glow to him right now in your vision.
Yeah. So I grab a Fane and I say, this is a little brash, but this is the right way. We should enter. And I just kind of push him ahead. And you will understand everything they say.
I stumble forward like, what the?
All right. So you guys load up into the halls and basically this guy's walking down the hall now no longer with a blood-dripping sword. There's chaos. People are freaking out. You see, Navri, you see something you never thought you would see in your life. Zahirism is very chaste, right? It's a very, very properly chaste religion. But in the pre-Zahiric days, the Beshites were slavers of women. And women were dressed in a particular way when they were slaved by men on the seas by the Beshite slavers. You see Ishmiri women running and panicking around in this place, dressed in veils, and not like veils, but like, silk veils that, do the dance of the 7 veils type of shit. Like, basically, they look like ancient slave girls from the tales of the Beshite coast. You understand? This is an affront to everything you've been brought up with. As you realize, as you're walking through and looking into rooms and seeing decadence and debauchery, the palace is a fucking nest of vipers and sin. As you watch Gerhard kick open the doors to the throne room, and as you all look in, you see sitting on this throne the king of Ishmir, who is slumped in his chair, a massive hookah pipe beside him. It's in his hand. He's like, he's smoking on his water pipe. It's clearly narcotic. There are guards dressed like they're all wearing black and silver. Oh, wait, no, they're not. The guards in here are all wearing black with gold, which is a massive affront to securism.
No.
And they all have masks that are like demon masks. Like, think like almost a combination of like Mayan and like, Sumerian face, like slammed together, like almost like Oni Maori type masks. These are clearly, and they're all huge, big fucking guys. There are women scattered everywhere in various states of undress. There is a table where a man dressed in a butcher's mask and apron is chopping up a human body in front of you and throwing pieces of it to dogs. Everyone give me a stress/sanity check.
I choose to fail.
Wait, are
Cody,
you allowed to do that?
No, you're not allowed to do that. Roll the fucking check.
I did fail.
I failed anyway.
I failed.
Fuck me running.
I definitely would have failed anyway.
Who made it? No? Nobody made it?
I only
really
failed by
don't
2. Is that
I
close enough
did.
for a...
I failed by
Yeah,
23.
You have luck, if you
failed
want
by-
to spend luck.
You know what, at this point, yeah, you said it's 5 points to do this?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I made it.
Okay.
47, I've
Failed.
got a 55, so...
Everybody who failed loses 6 stress or sanity.
Oh.
We've got it written down in your character
I
sheet.
said 40.
Nope.
What are you rolling?
I spent luck to re-roll and I did. I rolled an 82.
Okay, so you guys lose 6 points of your stress/sanity.
Oof.
Do I
There's
lose
a-
anything for making it, or no?
No, you're fine. You actually are like, whoa, this is wrong. But like you keep your shit together. You're handling it.
Well, can I do something, or do I need to wait?
Can I finish setting the scene?
Sure. Yep.
Thanks so much. Beside the throne is a woman. She is dressed in black and gold lace. She is nude beneath it. She is, in your mind, Devere, the whore of Typhit, as far as you can see. This is the black priestess that comes at the end of the world to signal the destruction and the fall of the church. You understand? Mad boy? Okay.
Yes.
For you, Laurelin, this is a servant of evil. She is clearly some sort of sorceress and priestess. For you, Navri, she just represents everything that is wrong and should not exist in your belief system that you were raised in. This is why you don't dress women like whores, because this is what happens as far as you are concerned. And Gerhardt?
Yeah.
She must be destroyed.
Yep.
Okay. Now, before the crazy people do anything, what's the Thane wanted to do?
Thane is going to take out his bow and shoot the butcher.
Okay, so you're taking out your bow and shooting the butcher.
Well,
Laurelin,
yeah.
what are you doing?
I am taking out my dagger and I start to slit my wrist and take the blood
Of course he
and
is.
wipe it on my face in the holy sigils.
Drinking. Just as you said that. Is
that
that psychopath?
I am slitting my wrist. I
Uh-huh.
let the blood drip, and as the blood is dripping, I'm writing the holy sigils of the god of this land that is marked on a fane to use that divine power to enter this sorceress's mind and tell her to break the hold on the king.
Well, okay, whoa. You're slitting your wrists and you're drawing sigils, and then you're doing more after that? No, I think that counts as an action.
No, well, yeah, right. I'm doing that first, right?
Yeah.
He's just giving
that's
you
my
the
action,
intent.
but I'm giving you the full entails of what I'm doing here. I'm trying to tell you.
Andy.
Yeah.
Andy,
I'm here.
you are chained to the table where the butcher is, waiting your turn to be chopped up, by the way.
There you are.
Oh,
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah.
And just so everybody gets a quick look, that's what Andy's character looks like.
I'll just shoot him too.
Okay, so Laurel's preparing some magic shit. What's Devere doing?
I am drawing my sword and charging at the priestess, screaming a prayer to my God. I don't care who hears it. It may be blasphemy to all those around, but I do not give a shit. I am, and I'm telling her she is a whore. She is birthed from Typhit, and that she must be expunged from this planet because she is utter blasphemy.
Cool. Are you also swinging the sword in this entire
Oh
event?
yes,
or are you just
yes.
running out of
Oh
screaming?
yes, absolutely, absolutely.
Just checking. Navri, what are you doing?
well, Navri was gonna do the same thing, but I guess he'll also exclaim, like, "This is utter blasphemy!" Like, do the holy symbol, and then we'll look at the blood dripping sword and charge
You two are
towards
charging
him.
at it. Gerhard, what are you doing?
I'm looking at her and going, "You must die," and attacking her.
Okay. Andy, are you doing anything while you're watching all this unfold?
Looking around in sort of panic and so, and then shouting. And I tell you, listen to me. The High King is coming. The stars, the signs are there. Release me. I must tell you the prophecies.
All right, we're going to start with Ethane. Take your shot.
I got a 78, and my skill is a 70. Luck. Screw that. I'm luck in this one.
Yeah.
Go on.
8.
So basically, you just go,
Nice.
and the arrow goes through his neck and out the other side. Andy, as you're going, his blood is pouring on you from the open wound of his carotid artery, pouring out upon you as it's just bathing you in this fucking butcher's blood.
Spitting it out and spluttering. And oh.
Gerhard, Navri, Devere, you charge up the dais, and she just steps back and opens her hands, and suddenly from behind her, children make a wall in front of her. What do you do?
I am going to I'm going to try and jump the children.
You can't.
Barrel-
What is,
Yes.
You're gonna barrel into the children. You're an armored warrior. You
As long as my sword is nowhere near them, that's all
you know,
that matters.
80 pounds of grown man cranking into an 8-year-old's head. That's perfectly acceptable. You really want to do this? I'm holding you to it, buddy.
Yeah, I'm. As far as I'm concerned, she is the spawn of Satan, and I am going for it.
Navri, what are you doing?
Well, Navri will see all the kids and just point his sword at her throat and say, "What debauchery have you caused,
There's
vile
like
woman?"
8 feet between the two of you with the kids, just so we're clear. You're not like right up on her.
No, that's fine, but obviously gesturing towards her throat like he's
Okay,
going
so you're like, nah. Gerhard?
Yeah.
Chidgen, Gerhard.
Shit.
Chidgen. Little tiny chidgens.
Yeah, small
Little
children.
boys, little girls, big eyes, very, very innocent looking.
How old? How tall?
Oh, they're like ranging from like 5 to 12.
Okay.
Going from like 2.5 feet to like 5 feet. And Devere is about to fucking Monday Night Football into them, just so we're all clear on this.
Is there like a section where there's like mostly 2 feet tall ones?
No, they're not conveniently arranged in a match for you to Tetris your way through.
Have you seen Stargate, the movie?
Yes,
No.
exactly. And as by the way, as you're looking at this, you see Devere launching himself, and there's no fucking way he's going to clear these kids because he's jumping upstairs with his sword, like, ah! He's going to hurt some kids, Gerhardt. Innocent children, the lambs of God.
Fuck. She's blasphemy. She's blasphemy, Gerhardt.
What are you doing now?
But do the kids deserve it?
Like lambs to a slaughter.
Make a decision. 5, 4, 3.
I'm going to tackle Devere so he doesn't hurt the kids. He can't hurt the kids.
Alrighty, Devere. You guys are going to have to roll off against each other. Basically, Devere, what is your agility? Or dexterity, whatever the fuck it's called in this game.
Yep. That.
80.
Malachi, what is your agility? Or if you have athletic skill. Like jumping skill or grappling or unarmed combat, something like that.
Yeah, 65 is what I'm looking at.
Okay, so you are rolling with a minus 15 for the 80 from 65.
Okay.
So you're rolling under 50.
Nope, 68.
You want to spend luck?
No.
You're not going to spend luck and let
All right,
your
fine.
children. Okay, no, I'm good with that. Let's just get the loss of sanity ready.
Can we call it karma at this case and not luck?
14.
Well, there you go. So, Devere, you leap and dude, you know you're not clearing these kids, but you're mad. You're fucking raging. And then something hits you from the side, and you two wind up spilling onto the floor as Gerhardt tackles you.
What are you doing?
We can't hurt the children no matter what. They are innocent.
I would have cleared them. I would
No,
have.
you wouldn't have. I wouldn't have.
Okay, Anakin.
He had the high ground. Okay.
Yeah. I was about to say that.
All right. She's smiling like a serpent. Like she's so pleased with how her ploy has worked out. And she holds up her she has like a wandy type staff, and she just looks at Navri and just goes, "Serpents!" And your sword turns into a snake and starts wrapping itself around you. What are you doing there, Laurelyn? She's busting out the black magic.
First off, I'm looking through my other site, right? So is this an illusion, or is
No.
the kids actually there?
The kids are there. They are.
Are they real?
These
Are they real?
children, and they are pure.
Okay.
Behind her, in your second sight, you can see there is a demon with its hand in her back.
Well, that's familiar.
Okay. So as I'm slitting my wrist,
I'm finished since you're doing the second sight. You can see as you sort of take in the room, Andy's character has a fucking beautiful golden silver glow to him. Like he's glowing with divine radiance. It's amazing. The dead butcher is dead, but the glow is fading off of him of his corruption. And you can see blackish glowing, almost like incandescent tendrils coming off of the priestess and then going into the king.
from her.
From her.
Okay. So as I'm slitting my wrist and drawing these sigils, I drop to my knees.
Sorry, it's just hearing someone say that as I'm putting my wrist.
I drop to my knees. I start writing these sigils over me and look up and raise my hands and look right at her and lift my veil. Say, dark witch of darkness, servant of the blackness, you have no power here. And I point over at Andy's character to break his shackles.
That would be an unlikely event, but they could be rusted through. They could be poorly made. There's lots of reasons they could break. So let's see what you got.
Okay.
So that's going to be unlikely for you, not very unlikely.
Might
So
slip out of them because all the blood.
Power times 4%.
Okay. Yep. Rolled a 14.
So, and that's a D6 magic points. You're going to lose. You lose 1 magic point, sir. Andy, you're suddenly the shackles fall away from you.
And I was just going to try and slide out of them because of the blood that's on me, but I'll get off the slab and grab the hatchet that he was using or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Big fucking butcher cleaver.
Yeah, that's the sort of thing, which I'm crap at using, but that doesn't matter. And knowing this black witch is there, I will try and run across to attack her.
You'd have the same problem getting through the kids. You could throw it. You're pretty sure you could throw it.
I could throw. Yeah, I'll throw it.
Not on your side or not is the question I'm asking. Does Dale believe? Does Dale of Caleth believe in this moment that God is guiding his hand?
Yes.
What is your thrown weapon skill?
25%.
Well, it's now 50%.
Okay. So I will heft this thing and then throw it at her.
Go ahead and roll, please. If you get a 5% or less, it's a critical.
87?
Would you like to spend 5 luck points to re-roll that?
Oh, yes, I think I will. I don't know how many
There you
luck points I actually got. I'll have to look that up. Okay, but 12%?
That's really good. As basically this meat cleaver comes flying and sinks right into her shoulder where the neck meets. She cries out like, ah! You see, Cody, you can see the demon behind her going, ah, as it's losing its power. As her life is starting to bleed out of her, the tendrils are retreating from the king. The children scatter. They're terrified. They run.
As this is happening, I raise myself up and start laughing into the air.
Malachi, Gerhard, Navri, and Devere, you see the children run. What do you do?
Moving in attack.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to glance back and try and see where that cleaver came from, and sort of. Oh, the peasant has some weapon skill.
This one whip moment of chance, you're going to take time to take in the scenery.
I want to see where but then I will. Yeah, I'm going to leap forward and try and drive my sword into it.
Come on, your sword is no longer a snake. It is suddenly your sword again.
Oh, well, I'm going to try and thrust it through her heart.
Roll, boys.
Can I attack too?
No, you already killed the butcher. You're good. Let them have it.
Okay.
29.
Oh, 24 on a 60.
29 on a 60.
Let's start. Devere, what'd you get?
29 out of 67.
That's a hit. Nabri, what'd you get?
24 on a 60.
That's a hit. What'd you get, Malachi?
17 on an 83.
Okay, so basically, Devere, you shove your sword through her stomach. Navri, your sword pierces through her rib cage, coming out her back, probably with a piece of her heart on it. And once again, with the scimitar of one of the guards, Gerhard steps up and removes her head cleanly from the shoulders with one swing of his sword. As her body drops, black flies explode out of her like a fucking swarm of flies everywhere. Everyone takes 1d6 swarm damage in the room. Oh, that's not a d6. Otherwise, somehow you took 9. Well, fuck it. You take 6. Everybody takes 6 points of damage. They're getting in your ears. They're making you bump, fall, what have you. And there is an ungodly roar through the entire building. Hey, Lorland?
Yep.
I'm going to need a sanity check. Because you can see what's happening. Which is basically this demon is being recalled to hell and pulling her soul with it as it goes. And she's like, you can see her soul. She's like freaking out. This is not the deal, you know?
I failed.
Awesome. That's 5 more sanity lost. Wow. And we're going to be rolling for a major trauma once everything calms down, just so we're clear. And then
There wasn't one already?
No, there was a minor, but we didn't even worry about it. Now there's a major. Well, no, he is a major trauma, but that's neither here nor there. Okay. And then everything goes quiet. The flies are dead. Her body and her head. And everyone's like, no one knows what to do. Anybody doing anything? Andy?
I'm
gonna go check
sink
on the
back to
king,
my
see.
knees, and I'm looking at Dale. He knows. He knows the word of God. He knows it. Don't you see? See it in his eyes. And I'm just shivering.
Do you know me? Do you know me? That this is a sign. This is more of a sign. The evil is here. It has to be banished.
He knows.
And
He
then the
knows
high
that I grab him. You
king
know,
can
brother.
come.
You know.
Ah,
God was guiding your hand when you threw that cleaver, peasant.
Navri's going to check on the
The
king.
gods.
And make sure he's all right.
All the gods were guiding him. I saw them.
Yeah, Andy, just in case you need help on that one, you know that all of these gods, i.e., the Catholic God, the Pentric Reformation God, the Zahiric
same.
God, you know the same thing that fucking Malachi's character knows. That's just God. You know that.
yes, the gods, whichever you care to call them, they did guide my hand then, because I am not a fighter. I am not. I came here to preach. I came here to tell the truth that the times are changing. The High King will be coming. Thank you, friends. Thank you. You freed the king.
You hear the voice of the cleric as you coming down the hall go, open the windows, bring God's light back into this place. None of you know what's going on. Actually, you understand Thane, because you understand Beshite right now still. As basically these, like, everyone starts moving as you see the cleric and his entire entourage walking into the palace. And they start opening the windows as light starts flooding in, giving you a full picture of the level of horror that this throne room has achieved. It's Event Horizon edited. We don't get to see the footage levels of horror, if that makes any sense to you. Like, there's been debauchery of every kind. There are bodies. There are victims. It's disgusting. There's a man chained to a wall who has had his skin flayed open, and his entrails are being fed upon by dogs. Then the temple guard come in, and anyone who is not on their hands and knees in front of the cleric, other than you guys, because you guys are considered something special, dogs, women, children, men are getting cut down by these guards as they just, like threshers, move through the room. And in the horrifying space of about 5 minutes, the floors are covered in blood. There are dead people everywhere. There are tons of people who are just praying and down on their hands and knees as the cleric just looks at you, Ethane, and in your language says, I recognize the High King. Blessings of God upon thee.
I look at my arms.
Oh, you're still covered in all this writing. It's quite nice. Meanwhile, King Tanir X is sitting on the throne, stoned out of his gourd.
Did I understand what was just said?
He said it in the common tongue of the. He said it in Alberesh.
I will suddenly.
English. In English.
Yeah, English. Yeah, I will suddenly look towards this man with the bow and the painting on him, and my mouth will drop open. High King? I thought you'd be taller. You are the High King?
That's what they tell me.
Sire, my lord. I have been preaching that you will come. I have been traveling. That's why they were going to do what they were doing here.
Are we doing this now? I'm standing in a pool of blood.
I am awash with it. But,
then free the king.
Well, after opening the curtains, Navri would have been checking on the king and seeing if he's okay.
He's fucking out of his gourd. And when you open his eyes to see what's going on inside, you just see black ink in his eyes.
Laurelin, come here, my good man, please.
So as you step forward, Laurelin, the cleric's hand blocks you. This old man. The prophet must do this. Now you know from the Pendrick cycles, the last prophet. And then you realize he's saying that this weirdo that you just saved is the last prophet.
Yeah. And I motion over to the prophet. I say, he is the one that will free his mind, not me, as I shiver. And
My good sir, was it you that threw that? What a good throw.
I have never thrown anything like that before. I felt God with me.
Yeah. Please. Forward. He's not with it right now. Some darkness.
The king, I know. I saw it and I couldn't get through to him and they took me. I will go and try and help him. I'm not quite sure how I can, but I will help him.
What are you going to do?
I'm assuming I don't get attacked as doing it. So I'll go up to him and hold his head in my hands and look into his eyes.
Black ink swirling in his eyes.
And can I do an occult roll or something like that? Because I don't have any powers as such.
You have the word of God on your side, sir.
Then I will pray. I will pray. And yes.
Power roll, please.
Power roll. Okay.
Do I recognize his prayer?
You recognize parts of it, but you also recognize some of it as it's Catholicism, at least in Catholic. Some of it's Pendrick Reformation. Gerhard, you actually hear some Asturian Orthodoxy in it, and Navri, you can hear even Zahirism in it. But to each of you, as he speaks, it doesn't feel like, oh, he took a little bit of Catholicism, he took a little bit of Pendrick Reformation, he took a little bit of the Orthodoxy, he took a little bit of Zahirism. No, they took it, and you can feel it. This prayer, as he's giving it, feels pure. It doesn't feel corrupted or tainted. It feels pure.
Then I will kneel and pray with him.
Okay.
And I will spend 6 luck points to make an extreme success. I rolled 22 under 80.
Okay. So basically, as the sunlight is coming in and it lands on the throne, you've got Devere beside him praying as well. Navri, what are you doing?
Well, Navri is kneeling beside him, with his arm on the king's shoulder or something.
Okay. Is he praying?
Well, he will be when he feels this purity from the prayer.
Gerhard?
Same. I'll be there praying.
Okay. And then all the people in the room, all of these Zahiric and what have you, all start praying, and the cleric is, holding his hand and bowing and all that. And you feel all of your sanity loss restored. All of the corruption that you've been feeling, all of the horror that you've been feeling, all of the stress is washed away as it seems like the sunlight just gets brighter in the room. Even you, Laurelin, feel peace. And then the king's eyes clear and he sort of blinks and he looks and he says, I have been asleep.
My king, you are back with us.
Welcome back, Your Majesty. And I'll step back.
I had visions, horrors that I cannot begin to describe. And then he looks around the room. What has happened?
Untold debauchery, vile acts, corruption beyond belief.
Pointing at the dead chick on the floor.
Yeah.
And he just looks at you, Athane. He goes, I know you.
We never met.
You were there, outside the darkness, calling to me. Calling me brother. bidding me stand and take my place at your side. Who are you?
I am the High King. Gonna reunite the island, and we have to talk.
He speaks the truth.
I look over at Devere like, did I do okay?
So he just sort of nods and he goes, clean this place, dispose of all of this, purify it, and bring it back. We will go to the temple, cleric. And the cleric's like, all of you, we go now. And he basically gets up and like stumbles because he's clearly been sitting on this throne for a while. Navri catches him because Navri's right there. And then you guys head to the temple unless anyone's going to be an asshole about it and do something else.
Philip's not here. We're good.
I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna stay here and help with the cleanup.
So you turn to Lorland. You see Devere not going.
So, Devere, I think it would be wise to join your king. There can be others that can clean up this mess.
I have an issue with setting foot inside the holy place of a different faith.
You have to understand, their holy place is your holy place. Have you not recognized this yet, you fucking dimwit?
I look back and forth between these two and wonder, all holy places will be one. They will be united.
I look confused at
The prophet speaks
Dale.
true. I have found myself, Sir Devere, and I've hoped by now you had found yourself, but clearly you have not.
Ethane, Sir High King. May I have my cross back? I'll put it back on. I'll kiss it. I'll say a prayer, and I will follow. But I will follow behind, and I will be holding my cross and muttering a prayer to my God the whole time.
And with that, you guys enter into the temple, and we'll take a quick break. Everybody do a bio break, grab a drink, what have you. I'm just going to shove some food down my throat real quick because it's supper time, and we'll be right back to continue.
Sweet.
And for everybody who spent money,
now.
do you feel like you got your money's worth? There was trouble. There was a massive. You feel okay now? I mean, did I dance? Was I a good dancing bear?
Can I have a demon with a hand in my back to just get away from all this?
Unfortunately, it will be more upwards rather than in your back, I think. It would be.
I'll be. Apparently, the king was happy. I could be happy.
Oh, you need to smoke whatever he was smoking. It's clearly some good shit.
Hey, when I lived in Kuwait, man, the hookahs were awesome. I love the hookah bars.
All right. Kuwait, yeah. Okay, I'm taking notes.
I spent a lot of time in Kuwait City, but the best bars that I were in were around Rigay. I don't know what the food I was eating was, but it tasted pretty good too.
Yes, Mondo and Grizzly Beardo, thank you guys. That was amazing. Because I really enjoyed that. That was great. And welcome officially to the group then now.
Yes.
Andy, or,
Whoever I am, yes. And I suspect I'll have to keep this blood on my clothes because it's God-given after what happened. I mean...
Y'all are a bunch of crazy people. I want you to know that.
Yeah.
Like, there's something wrong with all y'all, just so we're clear.
And of course, after we all felt the purity from that united prayer, Devere would be the
Dickwad had to
only
be
one.
Dickwad. Fucking Devere. How you boys feeling right now?
It's good to get back
All right.
into it. I really missed it.
Hey, Malachi.
Yeah.
Man of action, dude. Man of action.
Yeah.
Do not overthink things, my friend. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, Iman. You have the look of a man who wishes to comment on something.
I did not expect this when I came back to Ishmir.
What were you expecting?
Well, some sense of normalcy. Clearly things got way out of hand since I left.
You realize this is beyond normal, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta run downstairs and just check the job they did. I'll be right back, okay?
All right.
I like how he can tell that I was thinking of saying something from the look on my face. That means he knows me really well. That's a very good point, Law Dog. That's a very good point. Definitely need to think about doing that. Maybe the cleric will know.
Nope, sound's not gone. We're just taking a break.
More tea. Marvelous.
Cheers.
You
know what?
dense bastard.
Look, look.
After all of that, the united prayer where we all felt the purity, and you.
De Vere has an intelligence of 40, right? Do you know what that means when you create a Call of Cthulhu character? That is the minimum intelligence a character can start with.
I just hoofed it as fast as I could. All right. Oh, sorry. I'm about to eat something and might upset Max.
How you doing, Grim?
Whimsy.
Hey, Grim. Whoever said, by the way, oh God, there's two of them. Boy, you weren't kidding, eh? Laurelin and Dale. So where's Malachi and Max? Probably Malachi's left. Hey guys, don't forget while you're here, if you're watching, whichever one of these streams you're watching, go ahead and click the like button so everybody gets a little love on this one. If you're watching on mine, awesome. If you're watching on Cody's, Legion of Myth, what have you.
As I know they're not back yet, I say as we're going to the temple, I want to talk to the strange man with no eyes.
Sure, we'll get to that in a moment. Harry needs to check on his father.
He's not wrong, to be fair. I mean, he was thinking of doing it, but now considering everything that's happened, like he really needs to go. Maybe the cleric will know.
So Kevin Sullivan, we're not using D&D. This is basic role-playing. So the characters are actually skill-based, but they are playing roles within the prophecy of the campaign called the Pendrick Cycle. I'll let each of them describe their character and what their role is to see if they even remember who the fuck they are in the Pendrick Cycle.
I am
Cody, you might as well start because you're the
I
most...
am the one between worlds.
Hang on, let Cody start. That way we can actually have some order to this, Navri.
You know.
Iman.
I am playing the wise man, Laurelin, who's also a wizard.
All right. Now you can go, Navri.
I'm Navri Ishmitar. Knight, I'm the one between worlds.
And what does that mean for you being the one between worlds?
It means I have 1 foot in the normal sort of what you would call faith, and then 1 foot in the Pendrick Reformation.
So one part Zahiric, one part Reformist. Beautiful. John.
I am Sir Gerard de Vere, loyal knight of Pelabria. I am a staunch Catholic, and I am the knight commander, and I am always right.
Also, giant pain in the ass. Okay, and go ahead at the top of the frame who just got back. Please tell us who your character is and what his position is in the Pendrick Cycles.
I'm Athane Kirby, and I forget the term that was originally used as like the one, the horse with no name.
You were the one who had nothing.
But that was there was a term for that at one point. I thought
No, you didn't exist in the Pendrick Cycle because you were the High King.
Yeah, something like that. Okay,
I'm
Athane. I'm unfortunately a little immature because I'm young. Also, if you look at my stats, I'm not the most brilliant person out there. But I've been pushed into this High King thing, and I'm learning how to do that.
All right, Malachi, tell us who your character is and
These weirdos.
What his role in the Pendrick Cycles is.
Malachi. My character's name is Gerhard. Sorry.
Gerhard Bock.
Gerhard Bock, yes. My role is
Fallen Templar.
Yeah, Fallen Templar.
Or oh shit.
Yeah. I was like, oh shit, I knew it. It was right there. Yeah. Pretty much
Sir Gerhard Bock.
yeah, sir. I was knighted.
And aren't you the Knight's Commander, Sir De Vere?
No.
Yes,
That's
I
De
am.
Vere. Oh.
And I did say that.
And then at the bottom of us all,
The new guy. Hey, noob.
I'm playing Brother Dale of Islay, and I'm the last prophet. Apparently.
Welcome to the party, pal.
And I'm currently covered in someone else's blood, because why not?
Or probably multiple other people's. at this
Yeah, well,
point.
there is that, yeah.
Why make any change on Tuesday night?
Yeah. For me, now I'm playing Call of Cthulhu 3 times this week. 'Cause last night's heroic was.
This is not Call of Cthulhu, Anon.
I know. It's just some of the stuff that happens.
Let me ask you a quick question. After tonight's session, would you ever want me to run you through Call of Cthulhu, sir?
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
Yes, please.
Really?
Yes.
Yes.
I don't think you'd make it through the first quarter of a session before you're
I'm
all
up for it.
All right. So the prophet wanted to speak to the wise man. Let's let them have their moment.
I'll move through the few people as we're walking across the night. I go, excuse me. Oh, can you see? Okay, can I? You can't. No, I'll help you if you wish. But you recognize something in me? You saw, you sensed something in me, and you did something.
I require no assistance, prophet. You are just another cog in the wheel, and is grateful to have you here. Finally, you have come.
I have been spreading the word of the High King. I never thought. I should introduce I am Brother Dale of Islay. I was a scholar, but they call me a heretic now. I do not understand.
You are no heretic. You are truly divine, Brother Dale. And you are welcome here amongst me, my compatriots, and the High King.
Thank you.
Clear your mind. Steady yourself.
I have.
God speaks to you.
God indeed does speak to me and shows me things, and I have to try and interpret them. I've seen the signs. That there is so much evil in the world, but the evil has to come and be banished before the High King can step up and bring the golden age to us.
All in time, all small steps, Brother Dale. We will banish the evil one small step at a time, as we did today. With your help, of course.
I will be most honored to help. It's nice knowing someone that doesn't think me a madman.
No, you are not mad, Brother Dale. You are enlightened. And the sooner you realize that, for the better, for all of us.
Oh, I know. I've seen the truth.
In your role. Be comfortable in the truth.
Yes, I am comfortable in the truth. It's just others who doubt because they cannot see. No offense meant.
Sorry, there was some severe caught in my throat.
But is he really the High King? I didn't mean to be blasphemous earlier, but he does seem quite young and of no great stature. Is he a great warrior as well as a diplomat, a good man?
He is no great warrior. He is no great noble. He is from humble birth. He is no scholar. He is no knight. But he is the High King. He is all of us.
Also,
and he will bring righteousness to this land.
Also, he's and Islay, Brother Dale would know this being from Islay, which is the capital of Calith. Ithane Kirby, that is a Calethi name. This guy is also from the same country as you. And the one thing about the people of Calith is they're renowned for being pragmatic.
Then he is the High King. And I am honored to be in his company. Thank you.
Just make sure to bring the light of God upon us all, Brother Dale. We will need it for these troubled and dark times.
I will be more than happy to.
So, you guys enter into the temple. Devere reluctantly, we all know. No need to resell that. We bought it. Basically, the tenor who is now awake and alert and paying attention in the light of the High Father has washed over him and made him clean again, just says, "Burn my palace to the ground, salt the earth when you are done, and convert it into a temple per the instructions," and he points at Brother Dale, "of this man." And the cleric's like, "King, this is," and he's like, "I have spoken." And then he looks at you, Ethane, and he goes, "I have no children. I have no heirs. I have been afflicted. I am infertile as a field that cannot be sown. Would you, my brother, King of Albana, allow me to appoint an heir from your company?"
Yes.
Navari Ishmatar, step forward.
Yes, King.
When my time is done, when my rule has ended, you or your son will become Tanir 11. Kneel.
My king, this is such a great honor.
Kneel. And he takes his sword and basically gives you the pup pap and then says, "Rise now as the heir of Ishmael. There is much cleaning to do in my kingdom, High King. We must root out the tendrils of the Black Church. But when you are ready and when you need, make the call, and the holy warriors of Ishmael will rally to your flag." Ishmael stands with the High King. Well, the crowd likes it, even though you guys just stand there staring at him. The crowd, they're like, "Yeah, they're into it."
Out his sword and cheer.
The king would go, "I'm in charge."
Yeah.
Y'all heard him. I'm the new guy. Okay. And with that, you guys get some much needed rest and need to figure out what your next move is going to be.
Wow.
Fine.
During the night, I'm going to
That is
go.
literally Ethane trying to deal with being the king. Like, "You're the High King." "No, I'm not. Oh, yeah, during the night?
During the evening, when we're all settling in, I'm going to go to the High King's room and rap on his door.
Oh, boy, here it comes.
I'll go open the door. Wait, shouldn't Gerhardt be there? Go open the door.
I gotta sleep too, man.
I said you're my champion. I didn't say you were sleeping. Oh, God. What?
Young of Fame.
Well,
How
come
do you
on
feel?
in before you lose another body part.
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
That doesn't count because it's in the wrong channel, but I love it anyway. Someone, I think you just got $20 there. Real geek. Sorry, take that, Navir. All right, keep on. Oh no, that wasn't my channel. Sorry, thank you, Lada. Appreciate that.
Does
What can I do for you?
How do you
Sir?
feel,
About
Young of
Prince?
Fame?
The same as always.
Same as always. It seems that you are finally stepping into your role.
I was standing in a pool of blood. Is that my role?
It's part of it. Sometimes you will have to stand in a pool of blood and accept that. But I'm here to tell you that I have betrayed you in some small regard and helped you at the same time.
What?
The Witch Queen, me and her have some amount of bond.
You have a what?
We have a bond. I think she sees what I see. She knows exactly what's going on, and she could step on these very lands and take them over in a sunset's time if she wished. But we have made a pact, and it's for the better of Albana. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry, High King. And I bow. I get down on my knees. I'm sorry. But I did it for the better of the island, for all of us.
You let her see through you to know
No,
what we're doing.
I didn't let her.
Oh.
She did it. But I made a pact with her and bought us some time. We have 3 winners to unite the kingdom to stand against her. If we do not do this in 3 winners, she will sweep upon these lands in one sunset's time. Do you understand?
I do. That doesn't seem like a lot of time for an entire Albana.
But it's more time than she would have given us if not for me. And I apologize for disobeying and doing this without your permission, but I had to do what I had to do. If you want to strike me down here now,
What?
you're more than
No.
welcome to. And I draw out my dagger and hand it to
No,
him.
you cut your wrist with that. Stop it.
Very well. I am but your humble wise man, and I am here to give you wisdom. And I assure you that I have seen the light of God. My head is clear now. I am the old Lorland that I was once before. Well, I'm a new Lorland. I've been born 4 times now. But just trust me in this, that I did this for the betterment of the island, the kingdom. But we have a little bit of time, and I bought you what time I could. I just thought you should know first. And I should say, and I slap him on the shoulder and smile, you're doing a splendid job as High King. And I just turn around and start walking out.
Huh.
Some pretty good role playing. I'm on the edge of my seat waiting to see if Nersner is going to pay to kill one of you. Just saying. Anyway. What?
No, I'm just being a thing.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, the next morning comes. You all, those who go to prayer, those who eat, and then you need to figure out what your next move is. So you're having counsel, I assume.
I do want to find Laurelyn in the morning after that conversation for one sidebar.
500 super chat in my channel. Total party kill. And I'll fucking do it.
Please don't.
Well, that would be 500 to counter the total party kill, sir.
I don't make that much in super
I
chats.
will
I can't
fucking
afford.
pay heroic whatever way I can.
I thought about what you said last night. You know, if I tell Devere,
No.
She didn't do it. Relax. It's not done. Let them role play.
you know, if I tell Devere, he already has it out for you.
Sir Devere has to come to his own devices, what's in his mind. He's struggling with his faith and what he believes in. And he's a bit...
But this isn't about him right now. I'm just saying, I'm going to keep what you said to me to myself. Please don't do anything like that again.
I will only do what's necessary for the greater good of you and the kingdom and the island. Unfortunately, between 2 wise people, if you will, to put it, we have a bond that you wouldn't understand.
First, help me understand. Second, I appreciate this. You know I don't want this. You know that this entire thing doesn't even make sense to me. But if I'm supposed to be this High King and more people are believing this, I can't have you. I can't have you making the decisions without my counsel.
Very true, and I agree. But in this circumstance, this was a decision that you were not even offered. I was offered. She came to me to offer it. And I already gave up. I already said that it was unbecoming of me to do so, but I knew it was for the betterment of all of us. If I didn't take the deal, you wouldn't have been offered the deal. It is wisdom. That is my job. As you have a job. And that's why I'm giving you this information. Tell who you will. If you don't want to tell anyone, that's fine.
No, I don't.
But we have greater matters at hand. We have to decide what to do next, young Fane.
Okay.
We have united the king of Ishmir, the kingdom. We have Dale and Ir at our side. Where to next? I say we assemble the rest of the council and figure out what we are to do next.
Oh, okay.
This is my wisdom I bring to you, my lord.
That sounds good.
So you assemble the council?
Sure.
You okay, buddy? Jesus Christ, man. It's like someone kicked your dog.
Well, yes. Somebody did kick my dog.
Sure.
Hey, where is Beast? Good boy.
Beast stayed in Ire, buddy.
No.
He's not coming down to this crazy place. Not enough trees. Told you, no NPCs except Perrin. And even Perrin has been absent this entire session. He's been staying with Devere's shit at the stable. I don't go near no Chevalier. No, Chevalier, no. Okay, so you guys are all assembled for the council. Tanir will sit in as well. Where next, High King?
We're here. I think we have to go through Kaleth
You could.
and
Kaleth
then swing
and-
around.
Kaleth is a good choice, High King, but I have ships. Why give that bitch in Palabria time to forge bonds with the Ostradi?
Because we need the entire island.
Queensport. You could be in Queensport in a week. And then she would have to deal with you immediately, and you could break her to your will.
I think we're talking two different things here.
You must tame the Red Queen. You have no
Oh,
choice.
yes. I wasn't thinking about that. Yes.
We do have a plan, though, do we not?
We
in terms
did.
Of a marriage to tie the throne to a Calabria, to bring her on side.
Yes.
If I may, we have another heir to the throne of Ishmir, do we not?
We do.
An heir to the throne of Ishmir, to the
I feel like
throne of Calabria.
we have I have a good idea how we can unite Ishmir and Aya. Navri will sit smiling.
Yeah, smart.
Okay, I've got to ask this because it's killing me. Can I say something out of character here?
Go.
Navri, you have a note.
Of course. Sorry. Yes. I should definitely present this. I have a scroll from the King of Aya. Slap it on the table.
Ian has sent me a note.
Yes.
He goes into hiding.
Stop cutting. Read it. Fine, give me it.
Oh, he pantomimed handing it to
I
me.
wasn't paying attention to his feet, actually. Looking at something. Okay, so he takes it and he reads it. What do you gain from this, Prince? No man would deliver this note to his king without something to benefit him. What do you gain from this?
As we were traveling through Ire, I happened across a woman who I thought would be perfect to be my wife and to help
Hap-
unite the lands.
Was she wandering in a field as you came
No.
by? And
Princess Siobhan.
of course, it would be a princess. And you plan to marry her then?
I mean, yes. It seems like the best way to unite the lands, does it not? And of course, as you said, it benefits me. But that's not why I'm doing it.
Well, then why are you doing it?
Because it benefits me, but both. It's for the sake of the lands.
Two kingdoms become one. When I pass and when Cian passes, or abdicate. Ishmael and Ire as one kingdom under the High King.
Yes. That is exactly right.
I will send my people to Cian and tell him that his terms are accepted. Your fate is now locked, young princeling. That is resolved. Now, do you march across Calith and take a month or two to get to Palabria, giving her time to foment alliances with the Austrati? Or do we sail you to Queensport and make her the High Queen?
Yes, I have no option.
You have options. There are always options. You must make choices, and that is the burden of ruling. You must make decisions and take the consequences no matter what they are, my lord.
We'll accept the ships. We already have somebody there waiting for us anyway.
He just gestures at all of you guys. He just goes, not even going to take their counsel on this one. Impressive.
They've lectured me enough.
Yes. Crown will bring that. Endless lectures.
Well, can we have a party? Last time we did this, we had a party.
We will party in Palabria. We will prepare our ships and sail in 2 days with the morning tide. Do what you wish, but do not break the laws of Ishmir in that time. You are bound to them as much as I am, High King. Despite what the Black Church attempted here, we do not revel in debauchery in Ishmir.
Understood?
And you, wizard, your very presence is a crime in my nation. But you serve the High King, and I will give you special dispensation to continue to breathe. But should you cast a spell, or an enchantment, or ensorcel not in the defense of the High King, you will need a new wiseman, Your Majesty. Are we clear, gentlemen? Good. 2 days. With your permission, Your Majesty, I will take my leave and attempt to put my kingdom back in order.
Please.
So he gets up and leaves, leaving you guys sitting in this little antechamber by yourselves.
Oh, this place is so boring. It is.
But at least now it is safe and peaceful.
A thing with everything that's happened in Ishmir, like, would you permit me to go check on my father, see if he's doing okay?
Your father is still at the summer festival. We've had this conversation.
How about Mom? How about?
Mum's dead.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Hi, King, my king. It seems safe here, but it is not. There, that black priestess, that witch, she is only the tip of the iceberg, if we know about icebergs.
Yes, icebergs have been known about since caveman times.
Thank you.
They tend to float by a lot.
She's only the tip of the iceberg. The black church has risen again. They are everywhere. You have to be aware of them. They have to be burnt out. As God spoke to me, and he said, as the fields must burn before they can be made fertile, let the old order perish. The black church must perish. Then the new, the good can take root.
What are you talking about?
Well, they're burning down the palace, aren't they?
But the black church, they're there in secret. They're about it. It wasn't just her. There are others.
In all the
You can
kingdoms.
see them everywhere. You have to be aware.
I can't see them anywhere.
Laurelin may be able to see their corruption.
Yes, you're wise man, Laurelin. You will be able to see those who are corrupt.
I can see those that are corrupt and those that are divine. It is true, as Brother Dale has spoken. And he is not crazy. I would heed to his words, High King.
Maybe we should spend the next 2 days patrolling rather than partying then.
Just be
Trolling
aware.
what? Everything here is a crime. I want to go.
Do you still want us to call you Ithane in private company, by the way? Or would you rather go by High King?
That's my name. What else would you call? Oh, you mean like High King? No.
I believe the people here of this land, especially here in Ishmiri, can take care of their own. We have other business to take care of. What
Ship is
Brother
ready
Dale
to-
What Brother Dale sees is not necessarily just in these lands, but in other lands as well. And it's there
Well,
our destiny lies.
Well, all those who bow before the false kings, the false rulers, must be swept away. It is the only way to bring your reign and the peace to the lands.
So who are the false rulers?
How many of the kings that have pledged their allegiance to you? How many not?
Well, we've only talked to 3 and two. We got 3.
You got 3. You talked to 3.
Yeah.
You talked to the King of Rael, the King of Ire, and now the King of Ishmir.
Why don't I remember the King of Drael?
That was the Viking people.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Where you had to fight him.
Yep.
Remember?
The guy kicked in the balls.
And you have been lucky to find good men who recognize you. But there are others. We have to be careful. And have to
Why is
take
it all the
action
women that
when
are against
needed.
us? You got the witch queen and this priestess chick. I
Well,
got an
you
idea.
see, They have to be dealt with, all of them.
Then we can help them. I mean, we have a madman with some bizarre divine sight. Why not put it to some good use? And
Which one are you
myself.
talking about?
All of them. Myself, Navri, Gerhard. I mean, we can serve as Laurelin's bodyguard and patrol this town, seeking the Typhet's touch. If we see Typhet's touch anywhere, we can inform these good people that of those who are blackened.
We have 2
Help.
days. We have 2 days. We have 2 days. We have 2 days. We're getting on a boat. We're getting the heck out of here.
We can cover a great deal of ground in 2 days.
Navri.
I feel like as prince of this, I would have to have some hand in cleansing this place.
Navri.
Yes.
There is no way the locals are going to listen to a bunch of foreigners.
Yeah.
You've already seen
You'll
how
be
they
right.
behave.
But we are right. We have right on our side.
Oh, poor dear.
Well, with the word of the king and me as the new heir, then, the people will listen.
Did the
Stop!
king
Stop!
not make it clear when he said, "We're taking care of this. You guys prepare yourself"? Like, what part of the king of Ishmir telling you, "I got
Yeah.
this," was missed by everyone? Sorry, Devere was missed by Devere.
Yeah.
De Vere's wrapped up in the fact that Typhus has infested this land.
I know. Devere's got a little hard on for Jesus. Sorry, Capella Arist. You magnificent Catholic Elastian.
Just no. Just let's go stay in a room, not get in trouble, get on a boat, get me hitched to this lady I don't want to marry, and figure it out from there.
Why
Do I at
do you
least
not
get a
wish to
bachelor
marry
party?
my- why
De
do you
Vere,
not wish to marry
Gerhard.
my queen?
What was that?
Why do you not wish to marry my queen?
I don't want to marry anybody's queen.
I feel most put out on her behalf.
Hang on a second.
I can't hear you. What was that?
I feel most put out on her behalf.
If I may, is she not beautiful?
Well, when you put it that way.
She's got huge tracts of land.
Never heard them call that before.
But I don't want to marry her. That's you, by the way. You're the little bitch prince right now.
Am I going to get pushed out a window?
Sing. Oh, dear. Message for you, sir.
Yeah.
Hey, I am a woman.
All right, as I'm Monty Pythoning around. All right, so is Devere planning to cause a revolution, or is he going with what the king has said?
I'm still going to push for the. I think these patrols are a good idea. I mean, I'm as far as I'm concerned, the devil is in this land.
So at some point you realize you don't know anything about this land, these people. You wouldn't be able to tell a black church member from a baker at this point in time.
I can't. Laurelin can.
No, with that logic, the idea is starting to sound a little better.
May the Lord have mercy on all your souls. Now, unless there's a serious plan to do something, please let me know.
We could spend some of this time like gearing up and making sure we've got enough things to at least get us to the next place we're going.
Excellent.
Yeah.
We'll all get some nice clothes out of this as well, because they do have some fantastic fabrics here. Much better than that garbage red dyed stuff from Palabria.
Damn.
This is all silks, you know what I mean, from across the sea. So you're actually all going to be dressed nicely when you arrive in Palabria, but we're going to go ahead and say that's the end of the session for today, because we're now just into spinning wheels while Devere tries to convince you to do something wrong.
Yeah.
Please send me, Andy,
Oh,
first time, on Discord, you send me your vote for the person that was the MVP, the person that role-played the best, the thing you liked the best, whatever the case may be. Send it as a private message on Discord, please.
To there.
I hate this part. This is the one part I don't like.
No, but-
Agreed.
Can I pick 3?
Only if you rate them in order from first to third.
First A, first B, first C.
Oh.
By the way, how do you know the Witch Queen of Brooka is bad news? Cody, tell me who in our internet circle this person reminds you of.
Oh, looks like Raven.
Exactly. I did not have it on purpose. I made that long before I ever met Raven, but I think it's funny.
Also looks like my wife, Raven.
Fair.
Yeah.
Also looks like Kate Bush on heroin. So that one. All right, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 6 votes.
Yeah, sorry. Seriously, I can't fucking decide.
Flip a coin, man.
Yeah, but that's not fair to the people who lose.
And you can always do honorable mentions when you explain it. So you can be fair to all the people that lose. All right. Andy, I'm not going to start with you. I'm going to start with Malachi so you can see how we do this. Malachi, who'd you vote for and why?
Amon, I just think he handled himself really well with this being like a spotlight session for him.
Okay. That's cool. And what was your highlight of the session?
My highlight, I think, was a cleric. I really like that character, that NPC.
Okay.
But the spitting, the doing the painting on.
Every time this idiot said which Queen of Brooklyn. He just kept doing it. That was the best part. All right, good stuff. All right. You lived. You're really lucky Nurster didn't drop $100 because you were the one that was dying if she did.
Me?
Yeah, you. So you're lucky.
It's not his time yet.
I'll decide when this time is, and it might be yours next. All right, Iman, who'd you vote for and why?
I voted for Max Liao because he did a wonderful job as always playing the High King Athane, and I really like the interaction that we had with the cleric and how it was just that back and forth. And he does a good with the king as well. He does a good job of like when he's with people who expect greatness from the High King, actually try and do it, even though he's not really that kind of character.
Yeah.
But in private company, he just talks to us like he's his friend. So. Yeah, it's great.
What was the highlight for the night?
I was going to say everyone's spitting on the floor because Navri kept saying it.
Fair. Mr. Yield Geek, who'd you vote for and why?
I've also voted for Iman because, yes, the spotlight fell on him this session. Good to see how well he handled it. Obviously, I've seen him come on leaps and bounds in the last year or so in my Call of Cthulhu session, but I think this was the time he really made his mark on Codex Albana. I think he's had a good session today.
All right. All right, Andy. So now you got an idea of how it goes. Who'd you vote for and why?
I voted for Max as the High King. It's difficult because there's at least 3 people or 4 people or 5 people
Yes.
you could vote for. But I just do like the way he behaves, responds to the situation, not being able to speak the language and seeing what's going on and doing things. It's really good. And he's playing as the young, not quite sure of himself person. So I like that.
All right, and your highlight of the night was?
Well, again, there were so many. I've got to admit, I did like the De Vere Gerhard not crashing into the children scene. I thought that was very funny.
I didn't get a highlight vote.
Oh, I'm sorry, I apologize, young man. Please.
My highlight vote was Laurelan swearing at me.
That's what I wrote down as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was pretty good. Quit, I think was the word.
Fucking dimwit.
Fucking dimwit. There it was. Fucking dimwit. All right, so that was yours, and Andy, it was child vaulting. Okay. All right, Cody, who'd you vote for and why?
I voted for Andy. I thought his character is fucking excellent. I really enjoyed his character. He's this madman. That whole like madman thing that he's bringing, like, I see the word of God and stuff was excellent. Like really cool.
Get used to it. Get used to it. We see it every Tuesday. He plays mad very well. I think there's something in the genes.
Well, just to point you, I put the picture because you only got flashed up before into our chat, and
Again,
when
Andy, we'll finish this and then we'll get to that.
sorry.
And your highlight, Cody?
My highlight was the whole temple scene with everything that was going on there was just excellent. Like, I mean, like I was so enthralled by that moment. It was very, very intense. It was very, very good. I think it was probably the best moment of the whole campaign, actually. Like, wow. I really felt it personally for me. Like, I was like drawn into that. Like I was watching a movie or reading a comic book or reading a book or something, So that whole moment was really, really cool. Everything that was going on there was really, really intense. But I have to say, everybody tonight really brought their A game. Like, everybody did a really good job. It was, but I just voted for Andy because, he was just kind of dropped in the middle of this and, had to roll with the punches. And I think he did a really good job with rolling with it. So he got my vote.
All right, now Andy, you can go ahead and finish what you were explaining.
Yeah, sorry, I was just going to say the picture I dropped in so everyone could see it properly, but it was just where we were working that out, and I sort of tried to do an AI render of a prophet and whatever.
You have a very Rasputin look.
And well, that was it. I said to Barry, so like, well, here's what I've got, but it needs to be more Rasputin. And that's
Can you Rasputinize that a little bit? So I turned up my Rasputometer.
Did it go to 11?
11. So that's how that happened. All right, John Maxwell Shlomo.
I started off with Navri, but I ended up going with Cody. But I really want my vote to go to both. Jesus. And the reason that Cody just slightly won was when he just nonchalantly, I slipped my wrist, and then I'm going to.
Good.
Well, that right there.
I slipped my wrist and I started writing on my skin in blood. What?
But I absolutely loved. I'm going to talk about Navri more, though. Absolutely loved Navri coming home and feeling like he came home. Yes, it was his spotlight episode. I think I'd like to see more of that with him because I like his character. But yeah, all of it, get into the translation, everything that he was doing. Like I said, I really liked it. I'd like to donate my votes to him. Yeah, I mean those two. I thought that both Cody and to be fair, since I don't want to leave anybody behind here, Devere. Come on, just don't. No, we're done. We're done.
Yes.
And all I was thinking there is we're gonna get killed because of him. Thanks, guy. But and then I already said it, but my moment of the day when he's this fucking dimwit. I damn near lost my shit on that one. So please, if I can, I want to donate my votes to Navri, but I voted for Cody.
Hey, there's a tenor. Let's slap Max. Woo. All right. Well, you know what? I'm going to let you donate because it was a tie between you and Iman.
Okay.
But since you're being so magnanimous about it, I'm going to let it. So, Iman, you win the MVP. Sorry, what was your thing? Was the swear? Was that your highlight?
Mine was, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, Iman, you win MVP tonight. Congratulations, sir. That means you
Thank you so
top
much.
of your regular skill improvement checks you all get to do, which is you roll the percentile. If you roll over the skill, you get 1 point extra in it, that type of thing. You get to pick any one skill you want and add that and do that. Iman.
Nice.
Okay.
And if you didn't roll any skills tonight and you were just role playing your asses off, you can get 1, and therefore Navri might get 2. But the point is, that's how we're doing it, and that's the way it will work.
Just a D4, or are we just doing 1
I'm
point?
just doing 1 point. Fuck this. I don't want you guys being gods on wheels. You're already back.
I know that whole 4.
Matters. It fucking matters.
Yeah, it's true.
All right, well, guys, I'm going to tell you what I thought of the session tonight. I had a lot of fun. It was really good. It was nice to see we shook off the ring rust early and got into it and picked it up where we left off, and the energy was there. Everyone's character was there. Beyond that, you're lucky no one paid $100. That's all I'm saying.
Look, I'm serious enough for that $49.99. Like, oh crap.
The one thing that was a disappointment for me tonight was no one paid $100 to kill one of you fuckers.
Shout out to Max as well for reminding me about the note.
Yeah.
I was sitting there, I was dying inside, like, dude.
I'm so sorry, man.
So I'm like, I can't, because Athane
Because at
doesn't
the
know
start of
this,
the
so I
session-
can't say shit. So
No, so at the start of the session, Cody gave the recap, and I was like, oh yeah, the note. I should remember that, and I didn't.
You smoke a lot of weed, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been there. I know it. I know the effects of smoking a lot of weed. Short-term memory fucks up. All right, well, guys, thank you so much for playing. I hope you had a good time. We're going to play again next month, and we'll figure out the date exactly. We have a tentative date, but we'll figure it out because, that's the way it is. And Mondo had 499 loved Andy's line of...
Yep,
yeah,
that was
a few people have said that, by the way, so apparently that caught a bunch of people's attention.
Yeah, that really caught on. That was a good one. It was a little... But it was okay. It played well enough. You handled it.
I think it fits with his weird character.
Everyone did do that.
All right, guys. Any around the room? Anybody got anything they want to pimp or anything like that?
Nope.
I guess tomorrow we got, what are we covering? Tomorrow we're covering more rules cyclopedia and Western Empires from Palladium Books. And a week later, we're going to have Kevin back on again to talk more Palladium Books. Here,
I was going to say that.
Yeah, what are those things called? The hook, line, and sinkers. Like how to use hook, line, and sinkers for your quests.
I think
and
it's really
adventures.
that you are literally Legion of Palladium these days. Okay, and Cody, are we doing something tomorrow night, or did we abandon it this time?
Do it. Do it.
We need to talk about that because I just thought about something. I'll talk about in private chat with you about it. But we can do it for sure.
Yeah, we'll talk in private chat. Don't worry.
Yeah.
All right.
And
Everybody-
I recently ran my first ever live Call of Cthulhu session on a stream. It's only a couple of hours, but if you enjoy deviant behavior,
Hold
Then
on. Sign me up. Where's this?
there was a very questionable act towards the end, which has split people's opinions as to whether it was justified or not. But yeah, check that out. I mean, that was a week or two ago that I ran that, but it was a lot of fun.
All right, fair enough.
And Cody,
Uh,
Andy, two of my
say-
players for my one shot in 2 weeks' time at the same time. Hope you guys are ready, because I'm gonna kill you. I mean, have some fun.
All right. And I would say, Andy, welcome to the chaos.
Yeah,
And you
welcome.
put in like an old show. So well done, sir. Everybody who watched across all the streaming channels and everything we did, thank you so much. Please be sure to like everybody that you watch this on. Make sure that we share the love on this one. We'll be back in a month for this. Thank you so much for watching us. And if you're watching this on replay, tell us down below who your MVP was or what your highlight of the game was. We always like to see that stuff. Go ahead and put that in the comments. Peace, love, geek, and we will see you real soon.